footy already on this deck today. What's it like out there at the moment?
Absolutely perfect conditions deck-wise, but it is blowing a gale. I don't know if you can feel it up in your commentary box there, boys, but it is blowing towards the scoreboard. So it could be a bit of an advantage if you're kicking towards the Dean Street end. I'm not sure what end you want to call that one, but
Union Road.
Yeah, Union Road end. So yeah, it's probably a couple of goals in that. I reckon if I was winning the toss, which they haven't had yet, I'd be kicking to the Union Road end.
Whenever I think of wind and tosses, straight away I just think of Trent Cotchin. The Richmond Port Adelaide elimination final.
Yep.
Never forget it. And, of course, he wanted to come home with the win. But, Robbie, if you win in the toss today, you're clearly going to that Union Road end.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it can be achieved, Panda. I saw it yesterday, mate, so don't worry about that. So
with the Holbrook?
Anything is possible after what I saw yesterday. But, yeah, you definitely take it while you can. And, hey, guys, just for today, umpires Michael Bouquet, Hayden Pearson and Warwick Henderson. So no Jason Rain today and no Ash Broughton. Well, I think there'll be two of them.
Yep.
So I reckon this is a bit of a playoff amongst this gang who might go into that third spot for grand final day. And my money would possibly be on the youngster Pearson at the moment, with a bit of pressure from Henderson. And Buckets does have that right to just throw himself in where required.
Exactly. Buckets is the man with the umpires who obviously runs the show. So I would assume that Buckets will... I reckon he's about $1.30, just quietly, if we're taking the market on the grand final, Robbie. Chriso, out to you at the moment, boundary side. The toss is just about to be had.
Yeah, we've got Sam Carpenter and Lee Masters just shaking hands with the umpires and about to get into it. Warwick Henderson's already been into you, Robbie. He's wondering how you're feeling today, so I'll let him know shortly. But the toss is just going up, and Sam Carpenter has won it. Will kick with the win to the Union Road end.
Alrighty, so an early win to the Wangaratta Rovers after what was an ordinary start, because I believe their marquee just blew over seconds ago, Robbie, only a couple of minutes ago, out into the middle of Button Park. So Kreza and Barry Sullivan and all the helpers had to cart the marquee back down.
One job, put the pegs in. Who was meant to put the pegs in? So I would say that's what's happened there. But not the same scenes we saw at Sandy Creek when the whole scaffolding from the camera tower, the steel tower, landed in the middle of Sandy Creek. But, hopefully the rain might have gone, Panda. I don't think we're going to get a hell of a lot more. If we do, there might be a little spasmodic shower, but definitely an advantage to the right-hand side of your radio dial as you look at it, or to the southern end of Button Park.
Dan Vaccaro on our 40 Winks stat sheet. Who are we taking a look at today, please?
Yeah, thanks, Panda. Doing it all for 40 Winks today. So for Yarrawonga, I'm taking Lee Masters stats. That goes without saying. Will Wheeler, who's been in terrific form today. Nick Fothergill, Jack Sexton, and the coach, Mark Wiley. And then over to the Rovers, Brody Philo, 26 touches last week and 3 goals. I'm taking these numbers for sure. Sam Murray has been in unbelievable form this year, averaging 21 kicks a game, Robbie. So he's kicking the footy out of half-back. He's getting a lot of territory gains. Dylan Stone as well, Jakey McQueen and Jack Gerish.
Yeah, nice little crew you got there. And Jack Gerish is an interesting one too, isn't he? We've seen him throughout the year. He can have just a quietish sort of game. Then all of a sudden he starts to impact it with his carrying. I think that will be really important today, Jack Gerish. He's on the wing closest to us here on the western side of the ground. And yeah, I just think you'll see Yarrawonga are probably one of the more harder hitting sides. They like to play that real bruising footy, and they'll be no different today.
1:58 is the time, and we're 1 and a bit minutes away from the bounce of the ball here at Button Park in North Albury. Hello to the over 300 people watching on O&M Optus TV, which is fantastic. We hope you cuddled up on the couch, maybe you got a couple of beers sitting back watching this one, or if you're listening to us on 1494 2AY or 1566 3E. It is a massive preliminary final. We're doing our first quarter for Blacklocks in Wodonga. Chriso, a tip from you, please, down the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel.
Well, I've been calling for a all-Wang grand final all week, so I'm going to have to go for the Rovers by 2 points.
Dan Vaccaro?
Yarra by a kick. And also, no national anthem.
No, it's only the prelim.
It's only prelim, mate. Hey, guys, very interesting ruckman for the Wangaratta Rovers. Raven Jolliffe.
Wow. Alrighty.
So that's an interesting one. So you got Gaston and Toby Murray.
A quick tip from you, Robbie McKinlay?
I'm going to go the Rovers in a real tight one.
All right, I'm going to go Yarrawonga just in a tight one as well. So we aren't too far away. I think we're waiting officially for it to tick over to about 2 o'clock. When the game has officially started. 2 o'clock on my watch now. Here's the umpire holding the footy aloft. It's Yarrawonga and the Rovers. And here is Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live.
Yeah, big prize for the winner. They'll take on Wangaratta. Dylan Stone through the middle of the ground. Gets a little short kick. Then kicked off the ground again by McQueen. Goes to half forward. Inside 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers. Iron Spawn tracks the ball. Gerish is there for Rovers. Picks up cleverly. Can Jack keep it in? No, he can't. So it's a short kick out abounds on the full. And it's a good start by the Rovers. They got that first clearance and the first forward 50.
So here's Lee Masters, the captain of Yarrawonga. He's probably favourite almost for Wednesday night's Morris medal, isn't he? You'd have to say. Beautiful kick down the line. I thought Lockie Howe kept that in.
Have a look at Nelson Butterfield, boundary umpire. He doesn't miss much, Nelson.
No, he doesn't. Nelson said no, out on the full. And this is Will Nolan, who's going to send the Rovers back into attack again. Lands about 20 metres out from goal. Fist comes from cross, and he plays it safe over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in inside forward 50 for the Wangaratta Rovers, kicking to the Union Road end here in this first quarter. Yarrawonga kicking to the club rooms end. Here's Robbie McKinlay for Blacklocks in Wodonga.
Yeah, it'll be that man Butterfield. Flicks the ball back into play. Toby Murray went high, palmed it. Nice, clever to bear. Back to Toby Murray. Misses to the right-hand side. So first score on the board. Good sharp work from the Rovers. 1-0. They lead Yarrawonga. 1:20 gone. And first quarter action for Blacklocks and Wodonga. LDV Vans. Panda.
Yeah, don't forget about them. So 1.5 minutes gone here on the Aubrey GJ Gardner-Hones time clock. 1 point to Toby Murray. He's got so much agility, doesn't he, Robbie, for a big fella, the big Ibis. And here's Nick Fothergill with the kick-in duties, as he's done all year. Goes out towards half-back, far side of the ground. Ball hits the deck. Tom Boyd got his hands free. Nice hand pass here to Carpenter. And Bucket's bouquet has stung him holding the ball. So it's a free kick here.
He did.
To Yarrawonga. Mark Wiley at half-back. Goes down the line. Good mark by Lockie Howe. He takes it on true centre wing in front of the club rooms, and he's going to send the Pigeons inboard.
They wanted 50. Buckets was having nothing of it. And now it is Will Sexton who pumps the ball towards half forward. Good grab. Sammy Murray read it. Well, that's got to be 50.
Has to be 50.
Got to be 50. Come with me, young fella. He does. So,
oh, no.
He's not.
I thought
he signalled.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a bit of nerves in the umpiring ranks as well. Murray, Sam, down the line. And Howe misses it. Over the back. It'll be tracked here by Masters. Masters off the left foot. Under pressure. Kicked it inboard. And a good grab taken there. And it's Brody Philo who has it.
He goes inboard straight away. Beautiful kick to Boyd. So great delivery from Brody Philo, and Boyd is going to line up for the first shot on goal today. 45 metres out, directly in front.
Just got a little bit of separation from Holgate. Holgate's taking him early, and we've got Cross on Mark Lou. So they're the key matchups there, and young McQuaid is going to pick up big Lee Williams, so that's a big job for him.
Well, Robbie, he didn't have his kicking boots on last week, did he? What did he end up with? 3 goals, 4 or 5?
3 goals, 5 last week, and Alex Marklou was 2 goals, 7.
All right, so he's kicked 24 goals for the year. He kicked 3 goals last week in the big comeback. Tommy Boyd, 45 metres out, directly in front. The wind looks like it's taken that one towards, well, he's hooked it to the left-hand side, and it's through from minor scores. So the Rovers, 2 behinds. Yarrawonga yet to score. We've played 3 minutes in this first quarter. We're doing it for Blacklocks in Wodonga.
Nick Fothergill plays on from fullback, runs his full measure and kicks it down the line from behind. Good fist by Tom Boyd. Coming through there was Dylan Stone, slid along the ground. Knocked it out towards Wheeler. Wheeler got a handball to Cross, and Cross got one back to Holgate. Holgate's kicks low, not a very penetrating one. Coburn couldn't keep it in. Tapped it cleverly, but boundary side. The umpire stands his way and says it's going to be flicked back in for 40 winks. What are you making on that stat sheet there, Dan Vaccaro?
Really positive start for Rovers, boys. 3 inside 50s and the mark inside 50 as well. And Brody Fowler getting his hands on the footy early.
Chris Mitchell, early crowd estimates from you, please?
Oh, that's a good guess. I reckon it's probably a bit over 2,000 so far here, but still building.
Tough question, early days, Panda.
Absolutely it is.
Jeez.
Don't mind asking those on O&M Live, Robbie. Why not?
Fair enough.
So Lockie Howe has it at half-back, still hugging the far side of Button Park here. Kicks it down the line. Nolan for the Rovers sends it back the other way, and it's out of bounds on the full. So both teams can't get any clean possession here early in this opening quarter, Robbie. It's a bit messy here at the minute.
Well, how many do you reckon are here?
I would say 2 and a bit, I reckon. What do you think, Robbie?
2 and a bit.
2,400.
2,400. Sexton chips down the line, and Wiley takes a good grab in front of that picket fence. I love the picket fence here at Button Park. Looks sensational. Hope you're enjoying it on O&M Live TV. Down the line we go. Murray from behind Sam, brought it to ground. Collected there by Einspawn. Can he keep it in towards Williams? Good defensive work from the youngster McQuaid. And it will be, I think it'll be locked down, ball up. It's not coming out of there. Williamson did well. Now it comes out for Yarrawonga. Bear was there. Couldn't get hold of it. Scooped out towards Williams. It's a throw. It's a push.
No, in the back.
It's a free kick. So umpire Bouquet spotted one, and it's going the way of Nick Fothergill, I think. Boundary side, Chris Mitchell for the Newey.
Yeah, you wouldn't rule him out from there. Really tight pocket, not that far out. So going to be interesting to see what the wind plays in this kick here from Fothergill. But he's lining up for a shot at goal. The wind is pushing everything on that far side of the ground. I wonder if that's why all the play's over there.
Yeah, he's almost kicking directly into the teeth of the breeze. So he'll probably aim it at the left-hand side towards the bowling club. 35 out. Nick Fothergill on the way. Gee, it looks good. Gee, that's a good finish. Wonderful work there by Nick Fothergill. And the Pigeons get there first. A Sunjang goal of the day contender. And the Pigeons lead it here in the preliminary final. It's 1 goal straight to 2 pines to the Wangaratta Rovers.
Really positive start there by Yarrawonga. Nick Fothergill, he's had the 3 touches. He's been everywhere. He's got the kick-in duties and he's finished with a really good goal there as well. So 3 touches and 1 goal, and just the 1 inside 50 for 1 goal as well for Yarrawonga.
Great stuff there, Dan Vaccaro, on our 40-wink stat sheet. So the Rovers with a couple of early misses, and the Yarrawonga Pigeons, well, their first attack forward, really, and the opening goal in this preliminary final, the winner to take on the Wangaratta Magpies next week in the Ovens and Murray Grand Final. Coburn clears the ball to half forward. Koopman's getting held by Nolan. Umpire spotted that one. It's a free kick here to Koopman. Just forward of the centre circle. He kicks it towards half forward. Williams couldn't get to it, and going back in the hole brilliantly there was Toddy Bryant for the Wangaratta Rovers, taking a nice intercept mark inside his own defensive 50, right in front of the bowling club rooms here at Bunton Park. Sam Murray, aggressive kick right into the middle of the ground, and Masters just read that like a book. Takes an intercept right in the middle of the ground. The Pigeons lead by 4 points.
Masters kicks a good one. Finds Will Sexton. He'll get the ball inside forward 50. Good kick into the breeze. Holds up a little bit now. From behind, the ball came to ground. McQuaid, good evade his work. Murray, Toby overran it. And he'll play a good tackle though. And it should be balled up. It will be balled up. Umpire Hayden Pearson says, give it to me, fellas. 35 out from the Yarrawonga goal. They lead 6-2. We've gone 7.5 minutes for Blacklocks Wodonga.
Hope you're enjoying the action here on O&M Live for McRae Motors. Ball spills here to Mark Wiley. He gets a snap on goal, doesn't get the distance. And I think is there a free kick here to Williams?
A little bit of holding from, I think, McQuaid there on Williams' jumper. So he did make the umpire pretty aware of it with the hands in the air. I don't know if there was a lot in that one.
Well spotted, Chris Mitchell on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. So he's tied in the pocket. Here, Lee Williams, right in front of the North Albury Sports Club rooms. It looks like he's going to go a banana. And he's hit the top of the goal post.
Whoa.
That's almost Lee Matthews broken it in half there from Lee Williams. So an early miss, 1-1-7. The Rovers 2 behinds. We've gone 8 minutes in this opening quarter. We're doing it all thanks to Blacklocks in Wodonga. Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, really positive start by Yarrawonga. They're not really getting it forward as much as Rovers have, but their 3 inside 50s look pretty potent.
Big kick by Murray. Jolliffe couldn't control the footy. Over it now is a chance here for McCarthy. Pumps the ball long into half forward. Good chance here for Tommy Boyd. Leads the race with Holgate. Holgate tracked him nicely, and both players crash into the fence, and it'll be thrown back into play 60 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They trail 7-2. We've gone almost 9 minutes in the first quarter, and that's on the steel line scoreboard.
Blake Panda Escott, Robbie McKinlay, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell bringing you this action on O&M Live for McRae Motors. Good throw in. Wilson tried to run through the pack at half forward, just edge of 50. He has been pinged holding the ball. I'm not even sure he grabbed a hold of that for a second. So a free kick here to Yarrawonga. It's Bo Seymour inside his own D50. Goes short, and Will Sexton marks at half back. And he's got Coburn for him in a little bit of space on true centre wing in front of the North Albury club rooms. It is Yarrawonga 7, the Rovers 2.
Plays on, threads the handball nicely. Fothergill to Morey, half forward. Got it on the second bite. Kick chip, nice. And he finds Fronfelder, who will be a chance. He spots up what he likes, goes short, and guess what? Yarrawonga will have a shot for goal, 25 metres out, slight angle, and it's that man Nick Fothergill who has already kicked 1 goal today, and he'll line it up and just allow for this left-hand goal post Panda, and he should be okay.
He's got a very impressive work rate, does Fothergill. I think he was in all our teams of the year, boys, but he's pushed forward early. He's going to get another look at it here. I'd probably play Todd Bryan as a bit of a marking role on him. I think they needed to put a bit more effort into him.
So Nick Fothergill to get his second and Yarrawonga's second. It'll be a great start into the breeze. Fothergill, beautiful. Lovely kick. The way he allowed for that, it just came back beautifully through the centre of the goal. So the Pigeons have made a great start. 2-2-14. They lead the Wangaratta Rovers 2 behinds.
Really positive start by Yarrawonga boys on the 40-wing stat sheet as well. 4 inside 50s. They haven't taken a mark yet, but Nick Fothergill is playing the game of his life at the moment, boys. He's had 5 touches and he's kicked the 2 snags as well. So really positive start for Yarrawonga, and the territory battle's all theirs on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Watch out for him on Morris Medal Night. I'm telling you, lads, he is going to poll really, really well.
Yep.
He is a goal kicker, 23 disposals. He's averaging every week, and he's kicked over 25 goals. Philo's kick out of the guts was smothered. Falls the way of Yarrawonga. Well done there in defence by the Rovers. It was McQueen. Kicks it to half forward. Ball bounces in front of Jolliffe and Sexton. That's Will. Sends a big torpedo punt to the far outer wing. One-on-one here between Sexton and McCarthy. Sexton just punches it forward, wants the boundary line, and the umpire will throw it back into play just at half forward. 55 from Yarrawonga's goal. Yarrawonga 2-1 13th. The Rovers 2 behinds. We have played 11 minutes on the Aubrey GJ Gardner Homes time clock in this first corner.
Yeah, great work from both the Sexton boys there, the way they've done that. As the ball spins back into play. And Buckets has spotted something. He's seen a push. He's seen us push, and it's going to go the way of Yarrawonga. And it's going to go the way of Mark Wiley. Fothergill runs to the right-hand side. He ignores that. So Wiley, about 65 out from goal. He just sets it up. Williams is a target. Williams comes from a long way back. Fish from behind was good. Quick kick from the fence for the Wangaratta Rovers. Goes straight back to Wiley. Kicks across goal. And he has found Kyle Tyson, who's just come onto the ground. Runs around on his left. Went back on his right. High kick. Williams in the pocket. From behind. Good discipline. Williams brought it to ground. Carpenter was there for the Rovers. He handles it out towards Shag and Nolan. Nolan collected and he kicks it down to the centre wing.
Look at the wind take that big torpedo punt. Masters did really, really well up against Jolliffe. A good one-on-one battle there. Einspawn goes in and lends a hand for the Pigeons. Kicks shallow down the line, and Jack Sexton marks in between centre and half forward. 65 from home. He's tied up against the boundary. Where's Williams? Kicks it into the hot spot. Sits up in the wind. Off hands Mead. Couldn't mark. Fothergill's there at ground level. Koopman's dangerous as always. And the ball trickles towards the boundary line. Inside 50 here for Yarrawonga. It stayed in play, and eventually it goes over. And we will have a boundary throw in. Dan Vaccaro, early stat leaders, please, for 40 winks.
Yeah, well, it's definitely Nick Fothergill, boys. 5 touches, 2 goals. He's been best on field in this quarter. And Lee Masters as well has got his hands on the footy with the 4 touches. Jack Sexton just getting his first touch 20 seconds ago as well.
Ball up, Gaston tapped it. Carpenter's there. Kick off the ground by Philo. It was pretty clever in the end. Dylan Stone at the footy, knocked it out. Fothergill's there, ducked under a high one, slid a handball. Dylan Stone intercepted. Coming through traffic was McQueen. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does well. Pumps it long towards half forward. Holgate in the leads in the race for the ball. Controlled it, was tackled magnificently by Boyd. Close to the boundary, and that's where it'll end up, out over the boundary line, 70 metres out from goal. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Yarrawonga to lead 13-2.
Yeah, the Bulls are really living in their forward half at the moment. Really hard to take a contested aerial mark in the air, but lots of players slipping over, boys, so whoever's a bit cleaner in this first quarter will get the advantage.
So 2 goals to Nick Fothergill, the only 2 goals in this game for the Pigeons. Is there a free kick here to the Wang Rovers? Chris O, did you see that one?
No, I didn't see it, but I think Wheeler's going to have it.
You're right, it is Yarrawonga, and it's Wheeler at half back. And he's going to hug that far side of the ground once again. The play on the other side of the ground here goes down the line. There's a free kick here, or is it out of bounds? It's out of bounds in front of the club rooms. True centre wing here at Button Park. Repeating the news, the Wangaratta Magpies defeated Cora Rutherglen in the preliminary final in the A-grade netball. So it's the Magpies and the Pigeons in the A-grade netball. Here, Yarrawonga 2-1-13. The Rovers 2 points. We have played 14 minutes in this first quarter for Blacklocks.
Tyson went high, palmed it towards Wiley, who was tackled immediately, and it will be balled up. So Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks. What do you got for us, Fax?
The free kick count, boys. 8 free kicks, Yarrawonga. No free kicks paid for Rovers this quarter.
Yeah,
eight to none.
That doesn't surprise me, and I reckon a couple Rovers might be a little bit disappointed with that, to be honest. To half forward, defending, kick off the ground. Bo Seymour was fantastic. Got it to Will Sexton, onto Wiley, back to Wiley. Wiley for the little 1-2, kicks the top of the goal square. Koopman, Jolliffe. Raven Jolliffe, and crashing into him was young McQuaid. Both players had eyes for the footy. It's a rushed behind. But gee, they're looking pretty slick here, Yarrawonga.
Yep.
And their lead is extended out to 15. Rovers at 2. And on the Aubrey GJ Holmes time clock, we have gone 15 minutes.
That's on the Steel Line scoreboard. So the Wangaratta Rovers kick towards the wind, the Union Road end here, and they haven't had much of the play. Wheeler intercepts Murray's kick in at half forward. Far side of the ground, Alamein Avenue side of the ground here at Button Park. He's going to send the Yarrawonga Pigeons back into attack. Williams comes out. Does he mark it? He does. He just read the fall of the ball, Chris O'Brilliantly, better than anybody.
Yeah, I reckon he held on to it long enough to be paid a mark, which they've given him as well. But he's going to fire it off and looking for in the pocket there.
Yeah, Lawrence has marked it. So Timmy Lawrence at ground level has marked it, tied up against the pocket. Well, the umpires are converging here. It's a throw-in.
Yeah, second bite, he marked it over the boundary line.
Well picked up, Robbie.
Good call.
Not a problem, mate.
So
that's what I'm here for, boys.
Absolutely. I'm surprised you can see that far after last night's activities, Robbie.
You know the old story about throwing darts, mate. The odd one lands. Howell, he took it out of the ruck, handballed out the back. That was clever. Shot on goal by the Pigeons. And in front of him, Timmy Lawrence again, there it was. But it's been marked in the last line of defence there by Raven Jolliffe, who's already played a number of roles today. That's a good kick towards Bryant. He missed a half volley. Back towards Philo, hand the ball back to Nolan. Nolan kicks the ball to centre wing. Bear had a little bit of a glance. I like the way he did it. The handball was okay to Williamson. Williamson decides to run with it. Bear runs with him as well. Williamson kicks it long. Masters there first. Oh, what about that for a collect? What about that for a kick? And he's got him out of trouble again.
Yeah, Will Sexton off hands at half back. Good one-on-one contest at ground level between Urquhart and Amory. Picked up by McQueen, who's got to get rid of it. Sexton drilled him in a big tackle. Right tackle there by Will Sexton. McQueen was going to have a shot on goal, and he's won a free kick for the Pigeons at half back.
Great tackle.
Opening quarter action for Blacklocks in Wodonga. The Pigeons 2-14 lead the Rovers 2 behinds on the Steel Line scoreboard. We have gone 17 minutes. The Pigeons have switched the footy. Wheeler finds Einspawn. He's at half back, and he's going to go down the line for Yarrawonga.
That's what he does, Panda, and he looks for, and he does find Ryan Bruce. Kicks the ball inside forward 50. Koopman with good body work. Jess Koopman, outstanding. The ball went from one end to the other. It was fantastic movement in with a lot of pace. And Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. How about that for football?
Just transitioning it really quickly, the Pigeons. Hard for Rovers to set up behind the ball. And great mark there by Koopman. I think he might have kicked 3 or 4 last on these two plays, so just edged Nolan under the ball.
He'll poke this at the left-hand goal post, and he'll hope to bring it back. He's just done that superbly. How about that, Jess Koopman? When he's on fire, he's as good as any small forward in the comp. And the Pigeons get their third goal, 3-2-20. They lead the Wangaratta Rovers 2 behinds. And we have gone almost 20 minutes here on the Aubrey GJ Games Homes time clock. What do you make of all that, Dan Vaccaro, on the stats 40 wing stat sheet?
Well, they're really starting to assert their dominance here, Yarrawonga. So 10 inside 50s now, 2 marks going forward. It's on the back of a dominant display by Lee Masters on the half-back line. He's had the 5 touches. Nick Fothergill with 6 touches as well. And Mark Wiley with 7, the coach as well.
Well, looks like Lightning's going to have to strike twice here for the Rovers. Another slow start and a big final. Yarrawonga with the only 3 goals in this game. 3-2-20 to the Rovers, 2 behinds on the Steel Line scoreboard. And we've got a secondary ball up in the middle of the ground. Button Park holding up pretty well down there on the boundary, Chris Mitchell.
No, it's in good condition. Slippery in a few patches, Panda, but not going to affect the footy at all.
Still in the middle of the ground, and we're going to have a 3rd ball up.
I reckon it's in great nick, Panda.
It
So
is,
you have
yeah.
a look at we look at all the grounds, yesterday's footy and the rain we've had since then. It's a credit to the North Aubrey Footy Club.
It is. And here's Willie Wheeler. He's got a hand pass forward, but Murray's there for the Rovers. Picks it up on that raking left foot. Goes out towards the outer wing. Stone up against Einspawn. Both really good runners. Einspawn just edged Stone underneath the footy. And Dylan Stone's got a free kick here, far side of the ground, for a push in the back. He's at half forward, and the Rovers desperately need an opening goal here, Robbie.
Is that their first free kick?
First free kick, Robbie, yep.
Righto, Stone pumps it long. Keep an eye out the back if it goes that way. Cross missed the mark. Snapped up there by Boyd. Kicked off the ground. Masters tackled. He's taken him on. Did he have prior opportunity? Bucket said no, he didn't. And it'll be balled up. 15 out from the Rovers' goal. We've gone almost 20 minutes here in the first quarter for Blacklocks Wodonga. They need a goal now, the Wangaratta Rovers. And they're not going to get it at the moment because the defensive work by the Pigeons is outstanding. They'll have a boundary throw in 35 around from the Rovers' goal. Exactly 20 minutes gone, Panda. Hope you're enjoying it. 94 2OI on and O&M Live.
Of course, hope you're having a great day on the couch if you're watching on Optus TV as well. Toss back into play. Inside forward 50 here for the Rovers. Carpenter, quick hands. Hand pass it to no one. It's all Pigeons, and Ironspawn can run away out of defence.
They've got no one to kick to, boys, because Lee Williams is right in front of the commentary box, so no one into 50 for Yarra.
Well picked up. Chris Mitchell on the boundary for the Newey. Urquhart on centre wing. His kick stays in play. Ironspawn kept running, and his kick's going to get intercepted. He tried to find Fothergill, but back in the hole for the Rovers is Amory, and he goes short to Dylan Stone. So the Yarrawonga Pigeons 3-2-20. The Rovers 2 behind. 21 minutes gone in this opening quarter for Blacklocks.
Murray got it off Stone and pumped it long down the line. Wilson for the Rovers is led to the footy by Bo Seymour, and it'll be a boundary throw in 60 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. It's 20-2. Yarrawonga lead. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Sam Murray, the only one generating some sort of run for Rovers at the moment. 6 touches. Jack Garish yet to touch the footy.
In it goes Toby. Murray flew high, got a nice tap. Kick off the ground was clever. Ryan Stone had a swing and a miss. Todd Bryant's handball was excellent by Ryan Stone. Here's Alma Thud. Alex Marclue snaps on goal and has missed to the right-hand side minor score. So it was a little bit of excitement there from the thirds in the forward pocket, but they got it wrong. And Alex Marclue gets his first score for the day. 3 behinds the Wangaratta Rovers. Yarrawonga 3-2-20. 21 and a half minutes gone for Blacklocks Wodonga.
Markley playing really deep forward, guys. Got that the right thigh heavily strapped, not moving really well. We know he's been carrying it for a few weeks.
Oh, Murray leapt really high for the Wangaratta Rovers. That was Toby Big Ibis. Off hands. Yarrawonga Pigeons grub it forward off the boot of Coburn, and Lawrence takes it down very low at half back. Alamein Avenue side of Button Park, far side of the ground. Coburn hugs it down the line. Oh, big leap there from Jolliffe. We know he can get high off hands, and we'll get a boundary throw in. Still on true centre wing. So if you've just joined us here on O&M Live, 1494 2AY or 1566 3E. 2 goals to Nick Fothergill for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. 1 goal to Jess Koopman, and they've kicked the only 3 goals in this prelim final.
Toby Murray, Palmer are going to throw that back in again, I think. They will. And so that's slightly into attack for Yarrawonga. And they lead it 20-3. We've gone 22 and a half minutes in the first quarter as Howe won the tap. Well, running into trouble there was Coburn. His handball was okay. Got himself out of trouble. Down the line they go, and knocked out over the boundary line was Alex McCarthy. Right in front of the Wangaratta Rovers change room. 20-3, 23 minutes gone. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel, boundary side.
Yeah, it's both sides trying to fill each other out at the moment. Obviously, Rovers desperate in need for a goal, and their slow starts have really been their Achilles heel in this final series. Wouldn't want to let Yarra get too far ahead.
So the Pigeons go back into attack down there. Fronfelder off hands, 30 metres out from the Pigeons' goal. Good contest there. Snapboard by Ryan Bruce. And Ryan Bruce has kicked a Sunjan goal today. Something from nothing. And the Pigeons have got 4 here in the prelim final. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newey.
Yeah, the floodgates open, as we just spoke about before. But we know they can come back from these big deficits. They did it last week against Albury. They did it earlier in the season as well. So, yeah, they won't be too panicking just yet, but need to get their matchups right at the moment.
Complete dominance here by Yarrawonga boys. 11 inside 50s. On the back of a really, really good display by Nick Fothergill. He's had 7 touches. He's had kicked 2 goals. And the coach, Mark Wiley, he's had 7 touches, been instrumental early days on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Gee whiz, 4 goals into the breeze. I would be absolutely delighted with this start. Yarrawonga, 26-3, 24 minutes gone. Wiley out of the middle, kicks the ball to half forward. Oh, did he have the footy? No, play on's a call. Push in the back, was it? Play on. Okay, I don't mind that. A little bit each way. Frontfelder got it. Shag and Nolan did well. Handball over the top was okay to Garish. Jack Garish goes long. What's on offer here? Dylan Stone read it pretty well. Needs a kind bounce. Didn't really get it. Tapped it towards Bryant. Knocked off the footy. Ironspawn held his ground beautifully. Got a handball back to Howe.
Dylan
Howe
Stone down
showed
here,
great
boys.
poise. Kicked it down the line. Wiley couldn't get it. Here comes Gaston. Tackled by Wiley. Was it too high? No, it's going to go the other way, and Shane Gaston has a free kick. Centre wing quickly. Chris Mitchell, Newmarket Hotel, boundary side.
Yeah, Dylan Stone in a world of pain, guys. Struggling to get off the ground after that big collision with Lockie Howe, so he looks in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, well picked up, Chris Mitchell. He's coming to the ground now. Sam Murray hugs the boundary line. Kicks to the edge of 50 for the Rovers. Howe, dainty little kick. It was a dangerous run defensively. Picked up by Sexton. His kick out of defence finds Fothergill, who's been everything in this opening quarter. Nick Fothergill And we got a ball up, 65 out from the Rovers goal, right in front of our commentary position here at Button Park. You can hear in our effects mics on O&M Live. Yarrawonga 4-2-26, the Rovers 3 behinds, time on in this opening quarter.
Todd Bryant marked it, had to play on, got it to Garish, got it back to Ryan Stone. Advantage, no, they're going to bring, dear.
Take it back, surely.
Surely they won't bring it back. Well done, Will Sexton, pumped it long. I reckon Lee Williams was held.
He was.
All umpires agree, advantage rule played. Here comes Jess Koopman, he's got a lot of options. And he goes short and he finds Timmy Lawrence 45 out directly in front. This is a really good test. This will be a good gauge for the strength of this Breeze Panda.
It would indeed, Chris. You'd be stiff for the Rovers. I mean, an advantage not paid their way, then an advantage paid the other way for the Pigeons.
You'd be pulling your hair out, and not really how we would have done it, is it, Panda? But a big price to pay, especially if they kick their 5th goal here for the first quarter.
Yeah, common sense said that should have had to been stopped and come back and give that ball free kick back to the Rovers. But anyway, here we go. Timmy Lawrence, left foot kick, looks pretty good. It is magnificent! Into the breeze from 45 metres. Lawrence nails the Pigeons' 5th goal of the quarter, and it's 5-3-33 to 2 behind. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks. What's the stat sheet telling us?
Well, it's getting pretty ugly for Rovers, Robbie. That's what it's telling me. So 12 inside 50s now, 3 marks inside 50, so they're potent going forward. Lee Masters getting his hands on the footy, 5 touches. Nick Fothergill, 7 and 2 goals. And Mark Wiley, the coach, he's had 8 touches as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Well, they trailed by 39 points last week, Robbie, the Rovers, and they're going to have to come from behind again, come from the clouds in this prelim final. They're down by 5 goals. The Pigeons go forward once again. Fothergill's first there. Hand passes on centre wing back to Sexton. He goes back to his coach in Wiley, who gives it back to Sexton, and Morey marks out in front, wheels around on the left foot, goes inboard. Koopman marks it down low in the pocket against Will Nolan.
Jeez.
And can you believe this? The Pigeons are lining up for goal number 6, Chris O, in the opening quarter.
Yeah, they might have to do something about that matchup as well. I think Koopman's getting the better of Nolan, so might have to change that one. But Rovers yet to score a goal, obviously, and lining up for their 6th goal. Koopman's been pretty dangerous in that half-forward line, working well with the likes of Fothergill.
So Jess Koopman, he'll kick from 30 metres out. Tightish angle. Comes in, drop punt, easy as you like. It's across the face, in fact. Alrighty, so 5-3-33 Yarrawonga. The Rovers, 3 behinds in this opening quarter, yet to kick a goal. A big Rovers crowd here, pretty disappointed at the minute, but they'll have full belief that they can make another comeback. 28 gone.
Sam Murray just limping off here, Rovers. Boys, that's 2 down on the bench if he doesn't come back. Dylan Stone we haven't seen again after that leg injury.
Yeah, so Ryan Stone going back on the ground. Sam Murray off, Dylan Stone's off, and the quarter-time siren sounds as Will Nolan pumps it to centre wing. Well, what a quarter. Rovers won the toss, Panda. They decided to bat with the breeze on a damp Button Park deck, but they've only scored 3 points.
Well, hang on. There's a bit in it here. Carpenter and Sexton have thrown a few jumper punches. Chriso, can you go out there and get those effects mics, please, for us? Stay with us here on the cameras as well, because it looks like there's a bit happening here at quarter time.
Yeah, not good timing either with the crowd coming on the ground too, but looks like the umpires are doing their job and separating the 2 camps, but there's a lot of feeling in this. Frauenfelder's right in the middle, lots of shoving and pushing still going on.
Yeah, Bailey Frauenfelder's right into Raven Jolliffe, right in his face. So a bit of heat in this one here on O&M Live. The Rovers, well, they haven't brought much in this opening quarter. Let's hope they can bring it in the second. On O&M Live, the Pigeons by 5 goals at quarter time. Stay with us, second quarter on the other side of this.
Sport and one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care!
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SS&A.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE. From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
By Bear, surely that had to be holding the ball. Philo's lurking, Gerish is in there, picks it up, snaps it forward. Boyd's in the hole, in the goal square, comes out here to Seymour. Marklew puts his body on the line. Umpire is letting it play. Bruce goes in, and we're going to have a ball up. Inside forward 50, 20 metres out from the Rovers goal. And it's fair to say they need one here, Robbie, from this play.
Well, they need a couple, and they get it one straight away here. How? Oh, he took it out of the ruck. He's in trouble, I reckon. Buckets is okay with that. And it'll be balled up, same spot. Still about 20 out from the Rovers goal. They trail 39-3. The scoreboard clock's slow to start. Panda might have been a high tackle there. Missed. Masters through traffic. Was he caught? He is.
Holding the ball, boys.
Dropping the ball there. So this is a big chance. And having a shot on goal.
Wilson.
He's going to be Dylan Wilson. And he's going to shoot from 20 metres out. Slight angle. Just slightly aimed maybe towards that left-hand goal post, Panda. A bit like your drive off the first tee.
I'm just a slicer, my friend.
You are, I've heard that. Here comes Wilson, and he sliced it. He's missed it. Have a look at that. He didn't allow for it, and he's kicked another behind. 4 behinds the Rovers. Yarrawonga 6-3-39. About 3 minutes gone. Second quarter. We're doing this one for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
The wind has picked up, boys, and you can see by that kick it just sort of caught the breeze there. But a great reward for effort there for the forward pressure from Rovers. That's what they need to bring in the second quarter.
Hello to the over 900 people watching on our O&M Optus TV as well. We hope you're enjoying the action. Gaston intercepts for the Rovers on centre wing. He goes inboard. This is McQueen. Alrighty, so the Rovers are going to go back into attack. They haven't kicked a goal yet. McQueen kicks it to a dangerous position. Sexton couldn't mark. Wiley dives in. Wilson dives in as well. Got to be careful. Umpire Michael Bouquet says, give it to me, lads. We'll have a ball up 35 metres out from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. Yet to kick a goal in this ball game. They trail by 35 points. We have played 3 minutes in this second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers.
They had plenty of footy inside forward 50 to start this second quarter, but they have not been able to impact it on the scoreboard yet. As Buckets calls for another ball up.
Full press on here too, boys. Lee Williams and Logan Morey right on. No one in that half of the ground for Yarrawonga.
Yeah, no one at all. Gaston won the tap. Chopped out by Yarrawonga. Kick off the ground. Is that a mark?
I reckon it is.
He's claimed it and it's going to be paid. So it was a low slips catch type, and it's young McCarthy.
He's a good cricketer as well for the Rovers. Yep.
Well, he looked like he's a second slip exponent the way he took that one, Panda. He juggled it and he claimed it.
He won a grand final for the Wang Rovers in the cricket down there, and then he debuted in the O&M a week later.
Good on him.
There you go.
There you go. Might be a late start to the cricket season this year, the way all this precipitation we've got around. So McCarthy, this time surely he'll aim at the left-hand goal post, Panda. He comes in, the young fella, look at that. Straight through the guts. Rovers get their first goal, and will that spark them? Will that give them something to have a crack at here? They trail by 29 points, 39-10. 4 minutes gone, second term action. Dan Vaccaro, what are these inside 50s to start this quarter?
Yeah, 3 inside 50s to 1, Robbie. So the territory battle is definitely in favour of Rovers at the start of the quarter. They need a little bit more of a lift from Philo. He's yet to touch the footy this quarter. Jack Gerish is starting to get involved a little bit more, and Jake McQueen as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
So it's taken to the 4th minute mark of the second quarter for the Rovers to get on the board here at a prelim final that's packed out at Bunton Park. They trail by 29 points. The Pigeons with the first 6. Back in the middle, Stone. That's Ryan. Picks it up, almost trips over, and sends a torpedo punt into attack. Masters and Bryant. Big collision at half forward. Bodies piling in everywhere. It's toe poked inside 50 from Dylan Wilson. Will Sexton's under enormous amounts of pressure. Elijah Avery has wrapped him up. And the umpire has said, you got him high, Elijah.
And Sam Murray back on the ground, boys, playing forward.
So Will Sexton has it in defence, kicks it as far as he can out from the zone for the Pigeons, and we got a boundary throw in, still just 4 to centre for the Wangaratta Rovers. They trail by 29 points. Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors.
I reckon that's the first mark I've seen Lee Masters drop, and it was a chest mark.
He just too easy for him.
He just does not.
He needs the jukes, Robbie.
Yeah, he does not drop him with his hands. So, yeah, he's human. That's good. Howe overran it. So did Big Gatto, and then and the Frenchman's just kicked one up in the air, straight to the glue pot, chased by Michael Clark. Oh, there's one high. And I think in the end, McQueen just had to sort of give a bit of evidence. He did get it high. I don't think he was going to get it straight away. McQueen now kicks it long down the line. Mark Clue at the back. Fist was really good by Bo Seymour. And that might be a free kick. No, play on. Hurried torpedo punt. Here's the Bear. Jaden Bear. Handball to Stone. Ryan. Back went to Bear. Coming through traffic might have been Philo. High up and under. Beautifully read by Jackson Mead. Over the top to Jack Sexton, and he kicks down to centre wing.
Yeah, Morey in a contest against Raven Jolliffe. Ball hits the deck. Sexton slides in. He's got to be careful. He's got to be really careful. Umpire says, I'll have it. Ball up on centre wing here at Button Park. The Rovers with a goal in this second quarter. They're first. The Pigeons with a goal. They currently lead by 29 points if you're just joining us. 5 minutes played on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock in this second quarter. For Wodonga Pumps and Mowers, Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, Rovers are really positive this quarter, boys. 5 inside 50s as well. Jakey McQueen's been everywhere. He's had 3 touches already this quarter as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Chris O, boundary side for the Newie.
Yeah, Murray deep forward there on Seymour, guys. So he's just taking a rotation at the moment, helping his side, but wouldn't expect him to go too close to the ball.
Yeah, I suppose it's a bit of a last roll of the dice, isn't it, Chris O?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's better than doing nothing, isn't he? So,
yeah.
I mean, if they can get it down there, there's been full-on contest, so it's not like they're getting separation anyway with their forwards.
All right, back we go. Not a great throw in, but it's a tricky one in these conditions. Gee, Lockie Howe, he tracked it like a rover, and he went in after it like a rover, and he calls the ball up. So, good work from the big fella. A lot of energy. And it will be balled up smack bang in the centre of the ground. Gee, they're taking a bit to untangle these two. Have a look at them. Big Lockie Howe there. And in the end,
there's a lot in it at quarter time, Robbie. There were a couple of little jumper punches being thrown. Bailey Frontfelder was in there.
He's a bit of an antagonist at times, isn't he? But that's all right.
The celebrator.
The celebrator. Midfield. Chance for a Bryant. Couldn't get. Now the kick off the ground was clever. Here's Koopman. He's looked up and about today. I reckon he was held there. He was. Will Nolan had him, Panda. And Jess Koopman, he's got 1 goal already today. 1 goal, 1. We'll kick it from inside the centre square.
The umpire's very aware of that one, didn't he?
Definitely had the better of Will Nolan so far. Oh, Williams got clobbered, picked up by Frontfelder. He's going to run into an open goal. And look at the celebrator go. Bailey Frontfelder gets the Pigeons 7th. They go to 7-3-45. The Rovers are 1 goal, well, they're 10. 1 goal for 10 here in this second quarter. That is on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. Right place, right time, Chris O, for Baz Frontfelder.
Just chaos football, getting it forward. Doesn't matter how it is on a day like today with the windy conditions and slippery underfoot there. But you don't want to give him too much of an opportunity, Bailey. He loves a goal, a big goal sneak for the Pigeons.
Really deflating goal, that one there for the Rovers, boys. They've only gone forward twice this quarter, and they've kicked a goal. Super deflating.
So, first goal for Bailey Frontfelder in 3 weeks, just for his finals campaign. And he'll be looking for a big finish. So, the Pigeons, they've got a foot on the bus to Lavington next week already. They lead 45-10. 8 minutes gone, second quarter. And Panda, there's one thing I love about the old traditional style scoreboards. And I reckon you'll be able to guess what I'm about to say. Wheeler, hurry kick out of the middle of the ground. Rode by McQueen on the bounce. Tackled by Wiley. You know what? You don't see advertising on the old style scoreboards, right, because when you go to have a look at the score and you're trying to give it for our listeners and viewers, and you're pumped up, and all of a sudden you see an ad for Harvey Norman, which is okay.
Hey. Settle down over there, Robbie.
Take it away, Panda.
Thank you, Robbie. And you got to do the calculations yourself. And I actually dropped maths in year 11, so it's not my strong suit. McCarthy has it at half back. He's got to hand pass it straight away because he was under pressure. Ryan Stone, cool kick out wide. Elijah Amory marks for the Rovers. He's going to run beside him. It's Garish. Go, Jack, go.
Come on, Jack.
He's taken a couple of bounces.
Come
Garish.
on.
He's taken 3 bounces, Garish. Steadies from 35. This would bring the house down. Garish has kicked a Sunjan goal of the day.
Wow.
What a goal from Jack Garish. And can that lift the Rovers in this second quarter? Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket.
Well, if that doesn't pander, I don't know what will, but unbelievable effort there from Jackie Garish. He got it on the wing, took about 5 bounces and just kept going. No one could get near him. He'd win the half-time sprint in the AFL, I reckon, at the moment, but absolutely electrifying. Hope he lifts his side because they desperately need it. That's their second for the whole game.
Jack Garish, maximum impact, boys. He's only had the 5 touches today, but what a finish. And Rovers have had their 6 inside 50, and they're looking like they could make a little bit of a case for a comeback here.
Well, what a bit of good work there from Jackie Garish. McQueen, he might get a free kick.
Oh, and he's got
gone the other way.
That's strange.
Mark Wiley's confused. And now Warwick's pointed the wrong way. No wonder we're all confused. There you go. McQueen, he got this decision right. McQueen to Elijah Amory, spots Sammy Murray in the pocket. Well done, Bo Seymour. Got a fist on it, knocked it out over the boundary line. And Pandy, you said you didn't get past year 11 with your maths. Well, that was a fair enough effort, because after 3 years in year 11, you must have said, I've had enough. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. Maths not my strong suit. Can't stand it. Pythagoras and all this. Why don't we go out and learn at school about how to do equity or all that sort of stuff? Life scenarios, Robbie. That's what you need. Here you go. The Rovers inside forward 50. There's a whistle. Kick. There's a whistle, and it's a free kick here to the Wang Rovers. And it's going to go the way of not Jake McQueen, Al Muffad.
Held off the footy there, Panda.
So Al Marklew, Chriso, 45 out on a slight angle. You're backing him here in the wet?
Yeah, I am. He hasn't had too many looks at it today, but I reckon he'll kick this one for his side. They desperately need it. And they're enjoying a little purple patch of pressure form at the moment, aren't they, in this second term?
This is what happened last week in the second quarter. That's when they started to get their hands on the pill, and they just got their momentum going. So Alex Marklew will kick from 45 on a slight angle. It's a shallow mongrel punt. It's not going to get there. Off hands, and the Pigeons, they just rush it across the line. So the Rovers 2-5-17. Yarrawonga 7-3-45. We played 11 minutes here in the second quarter for Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. Here's Robbie McKinlay from McRae Motors.
Yeah, that thigh injury to Alex Marklew just gave him so much trouble. You can tell as he kicked that one. He's probably losing 15 or 20 metres in length. Good mark by Holgate. No play on. Here's Jack Gerrish again. Jack's on the bounce a little bit here. Got a handball to McQueen. McQueen got around two. Left foot flyer to the pocket. It's marked by Tommy Boyd. Oh, Marklew's in big bother there. He went in to give Tommy Boyd a pat on the back, and I reckon he's re-injured that leg. He's in a lot of bother.
He hurt his leg when he had that shot for goal, boys. It didn't come off very well. He's limping very heavily at the moment, so that'd be another massive blow for the Hawks.
So Boyd is going to do the old, the new fashion that it is now, Panda, where you screw it over your left shoulder if you're right footer. I don't like it at all. I like the drop punt, Panda, and that is exactly why I like the drop punt, Panda, because that's missed by a long way on the right-hand side. It served the game magnificently for about 120 years. Why not persist with it, eh?
Robbie,
the drop punt.
Robbie, move with the times, Robbie. You got to move with the times. He would nail that 99 times out of 100, Tom Boyd.
Well, not a bad time to do it.
Across the face for a minor score. The Rovers 2-6-18, Yarrawonga 7-3-45. And Ryan Bruce is marked at halfback. Here come the Pigeons streaming down the middle of Button Park. Williams marks it on the chest at half forward. Look at them all flood forward. There is blue and white everywhere, and Einspawn just dropped it at half forward. Has to get rid of it in a hurry. Fothergill goes in. Carpenter goes in even harder for the Rovers. McQueen takes a diving slips catch at halfback. Desperation. And he goes inboard, and here's big Noah Amory. Hasn't played, well, there's 50, a 50 metre. 50 metre free kick here, Chriso, for the Rovers.
Yeah, I don't know what for, boys, to be honest, but they're in a healthy position here with Boyd streaming out of the forward line.
And Boyd, great call. Great segue, Chris Mitchell. Could guess who's got it? Tommy Boyd. And I reckon he'll go back and use the drop punt, Panda.
On the boundary, boys, it's on.
Why not? Oh, there's a little bit of argy-bargy going on there.
It was Will Sexton and Ryan Stone.
Ryan Stone. Anyway, back to Tommy Boyd. This is where the attention really is. 35 out directly in front. Umpire Pearson just comes in a little bit closer. Tom Boyd on the way. That's how you do it. Drop punch straight through the guts. The Rovers get their third. They've got a little bit of a sniff here. 45-24. 21-point margin. Wodonga Pumps and Mowers. What do we got on the 40-wink stat sheet, Dan Vaccaro?
Thanks, Robbie. It looks like Rovers have turned it around this quarter, boys. 8 inside 50s. They've had the 4 marks inside 50, so potent going forward. The one player that needs to get involved, Brodie Foley, had 7 touches in the first quarter. He's yet to touch the footy this quarter as well, so they need a bit more of a lift from him. Jacob McQueen has been excellent. He's had 6 touches, and Jack Gerrish 3 touches and a goal on the 40-wink stat sheet.
Chris O, can you feel the momentum change at ground level?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon McQueen's been a big part of that, Panda. He's been outstanding in the midfield there.
Well, they're running out of midfielders, so they need to chuck him in there. Of course, Sam Murray is camped at full forward with a buggered hammy. And then Al Muffad, Alex Marklew, has a sore quad. But the Rovers are coming back. 3-6-24, Yarrawonga 7-3-45. In this second quarter, we've gone 15 minutes, and there's a free kick holding the ball. and it's going the way of the Wangaratta Rovers again. It's big Toby Murray, right bank smack in the middle of Button Park. Lead comes from McQueen, and he uses him. Starting to get his hands on the pill.
7 touches this quarter for McQueen.
Dan Vaccaro on our 40-wing stat sheet. McQueen has to go left foot, and he finds Boyd. Tom Boyd marks down low, 48 metres out on a slight angle. And he'll go back and he'll kick, well, hopefully, for the Rovers' sake, their 3rd goal in a row, Chriso.
Yeah, he looks like the most dangerous forward, doesn't he? Obviously moving a bit better than Markley, but Holgate's on him at the moment. They might want to think about changing that one pretty quickly, but they're going through the corridor, aren't they, the Hawks? They're pretty predictable, but it's working out in this second term.
So Tommy Boyd, he's kicked 1 goal. He'll kick from 50 metres. It's a big roost. It's to the right. It's going to get the distance just, and it's through for a minor score. So the Rovers 3-7, 25. Yarrawonga 7-3, 45. It's a 20-point margin here in the second quarter. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. 16 gone.
1 goal, 3 for Tommy Boyd. Fothergill brings the ball back into play. And it goes over the top for about half a dozen players. Eventually kicked off the ground by Ryan Bruce, and it goes the way of Lawrence, who slipped the handball magnificently to Williams. On the run, had 1 bounce. Gee, ran his full
Morey
measure.
over the top.
He kicks over the top. Morey on his own. He can't beat the boundary line. But how about that for a quick play of the ball all the way down the line, and all of a sudden boundary throw in deep into attack for Yarrawonga. They lead by 20 points. 16 and a half minutes gone, second term. What's that free kick count now, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 winks?
So the free kick count now is 13-7.
Lot of
in
noise,
favour of Yarrawonga.
A lot of noise coming from our netball courts as well. Might have to check our O&M maps and find out what's happening there. Repeating the A-grade netball score as well. The Wangaratta Magpies with a big win over Cora Rutherglen by a couple of goals. So they're through to the big dance against Yarrawonga next week. And inside forward 50, there's a throw in here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They lead by 20 over the Rovers in the prelim final. Howe and Gaston contest. It's all Rovers in D50. Gerish pops it over the top to Carpenter, and look at him stream down the wing. McQueen kicks a tumbler inside forward 50. McCarthy up against Masters. McCarthy did really well. Sexton for the Pigeons. That's Will did even better. His kick lands fortuitously in the hands of Jack Forge at half back, and he can settle things down for Yarra.
Yeah, he does that. Panda, he kicks it nicely to Ryan Ironspawn, who, geez, had a good year. Drives it down the line. Target was Morey from behind. Gee, that's a good grab. Trying to pick up who took that. And it looks like it's Raven Jolliffe. Gee, that was a strong mark under a lot of pressure. Jolliffe gives up a little bit of ground.
Got Bear all on his own this side, if I can get it to him.
Yeah, he'll contemplate it, Chrissy, but he decides he'll just go down the line. So McQuaid goes down the line. Clubroom side, and a big grab taken there by none other than Lee Masters. And gee whiz, Pan, if he was to win the Morris medal, he would be one worthy winner.
So in the netball, in the B grade, Aubrey Lee Cora by 1 goal. That's where all of our noise is coming from. Great to see. And the ball trickles over the boundary line here. At half forward for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, 7-3-45. The Rovers 3-7-25. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Well, the one thing I want to touch on, boys, if they've nullified Lee Masters' input. That was his first disposal this quarter. So great first quarter, but they've nullified his input.
So boundary throw in. Just in front of the scoreboard here at Bunton Park. And g'day to Gussie McLeod sending us a wave down there. That's fantastic. Down there. Here we go, middle of the ground. Einspawn over the footy, couldn't gather it. Masters, fantastic. Give him another one, Dan. Kicks it into half forward. Morey went down. Here's Frontfelder, fall of the ball. Play on was a call. Well done, Pup Clark. Kick off the ground, back to midfield. Carpenter was good. Inside handball to McQueen was smothered though. And it's going to be a ball up. Centre field. 20 minutes gone here in the second quarter. And it's going to be a free kick, Pan. It's going to go the way of Yarrawonga.
Yep.
They lead 45-25.
Just a quick Ray White Rule netball update. It's going extra time in the B-grade netball.
Wow. Masters, his kick was a shocker inside forward 50. Lockie Howe fends off Gaston. Gaston brought him down inside 50. Well done by the two ruckmen. Nolan went the fend off, and Nolan's going to get caught holding the ball. Big tackle by Fothergill for the Pigeons, and he's going to line up for goal number 3 directly in front, Chris O, 45 metres out.
Yeah, that's the forward pressure that Yarrawonga's been building in this second term, but a big look at it there. Great tackle on big Lockie Howe from Gaston as well, but few turnovers there. I'll tell you who's been bigger than this last 5 minutes, boys. Lee Masters.
Yeah.
Well called by our man on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. couple of mad Mondays they've had to get through the Newey. Well done to Phil and the crew down there on Barella Road.
Just the man to handle it.
Nick Fothergill lines up 45 metres out directly in front, and Fothergill's got 3. And the Pigeons have 8. 8-3-51. And, well, the Wangaratta Rovers are 3 goals 8 here in this second quarter for CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Thank you very much, Dan Vaccaro.
Nick Fothergill, boys, he's had 13 touches and he's kicked 3 goals. An absolutely unbelievable output from him. 6 inside 50s for Yarrawonga, so they've been up against it all quarter, but they're starting to fight back now.
So what's your preference, Panda, the electronic scoreboard or the old style that we see?
The old-fashioned scoreboard, because it flicked over again straight away. I'm going to ring Tony Burns at half time.
Just do the maths, Panda.
Just settle it down. It's 3-7-25, the Wang Rovers.
Thank you very much. Middle of the ground, and it'll be a free kick. Another one's going to go the way of Yarrawonga. What's the free kick count now, Dan Vaccaro, for 40 wins?
It is 16-7, boys.
There you go, Yarrawonga's favour. Howe went forward. Gee, you could hear the clasp of the ball in his hands. Big Lockie Howe took it. Great courage shown by young Williamson. Did well. Chipped it short to Bear, and Bear takes the ball low to the ground. Bear slipped the handball to Jack. Jack takes him on. Jack has a bounce. Took one. Beat another opponent, kicked it long, almost inside forward 50. Masters mops up, tapped it to himself, regathered, got Rhinespurn, got it back to Masters, and Masters kicks it. Koopman missed one overhead. Bear couldn't break clear. He was tackled by Koopman, and it's going to be a ball up right on centre wing, right in front of you, Chris Mitchell's. A little bit of argy-bargy going on.
Yeah, lots in it. Getting into Jack Gerrish, but they can't get near him, boys. Jeez, he's lightning quick.
51 plays 25, 26-point lead into the Pigeons. Farlow's been brought down strongly by Fothergill, right on centre wing.
Yet to touch the football this quarter, Brody Farlow.
I can't believe we're saying that in this second quarter. Not too many times he goes possessionless in a quarter. Howe wins the tap, maybe a couple of metres forward. We've got a boundary throw in right in front of our commentary position here at Bunton Park, North Albury. Showery conditions coming in, but at the moment the rain is just holding off. It's the 26-point lead here to Yarrawonga. 22 minutes gone here in this second quarter on the Albury GJ Gardner Homes time clock.
Howe read it beautifully, took it in the grab and kicked it down the line. And Williamson, who's had a good game, marks at half-back. Kai Williamson, former Rising Star winner, kicks it across the ground to McQuaid. And Jace McQuaid, he lines up Pup Clark right underneath the scoreboard here at Bunton Park. If you're listening from home, he goes clubroom side of the ground. Noah Amory was the target, came to ground. Logan Morey did well, trapped it, got it back to Sexton. Jack, beautifully taken by Fraunfelder, threaded the handball over the top towards Koopman. Koopman had a little bit of room to move, spots what he likes inside, beats all opponents, coming through hard, and he might have got one on the back. He got a nasty knee, Raven Jolliffe, I think it was. And he's going to get a free kick, and he's in a little bit of bother here at the moment, Panda.
Not another one.
Ooh, they've already got Murray injured, Dylan Stone off, and Jolliffe with a corky, I reckon.
And Elmer Fudd, you can throw Alex Marklew into the mix as well, injured. Ibis Murray takes a big mark on defensive lines there for the Wangaratta Rovers, far side of the ground.
He knocked over a bucket of chips at Walbundry yesterday, Ibis.
There you go. Comes inboard, finds Jack Gerrish. It was a beautiful kick, and he's right in the middle of the ground. His kick wasn't great, but it lands in the hands of Stone. That's Ryan. He's 55 from home. Launches a big bomb. Ryan Stone. It lands in the goal square. Off hands. The Pigeons rush it through. The defence works well down there, and it's through for a minor score. 3-8 the Rovers. Yarrawonga 8-3. Reverse the score. 51-26 is a 25-point lead here to Yarrawonga. We've gone 24 minutes, Dan Vaccaro, in this second quarter.
Really good quarter here by Rovers, boys. They've had 11 inside 50, so getting back to the footy that they want to play, they've still got a lot of work to do. Still 4 goals down.
Boys, Jack Forge has got the job on Philo, so every time Philo comes off for a rest, he does too. So interesting one to watch that one.
Yeah, we'll give Jack a big tick. He's done well, the young fella, coming to the side for this game. Coburn, hard at the footy, under pressure. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Dan Vaccaro, we'll get you to just follow up that B-grade netball score too, mate.
I believe
nice and tight. As McQuaid marks, well out from goal. 80 metres out for the Rovers. They'd love one before half-time to give them a little bit of hope, bit of belief. Here's Murray! Goodness me! Sam Murray, he launched himself from way back. He tested that hamstring. He hung there and he held onto it. but the big play's coming now. He's going to go back and kick this goal.
Chriso, wow, what a leap was that?
We all rode it with him, didn't we? I don't think he had it in him, but unbelievable mark there by Murray. He's obviously moving all right, but as Robbie alluded to, the test is now with that kicking.
Massive kick to get the margin back to 19 points. Sammy Murray, he's hooked it on the siren. Minor score, Wangaratta Rovers 3-9-27, Yarrawonga 8-3-51. Half-time here at Bunton Park. Gee whiz, Pandy, you got to think the Rovers would be now ruining that very poor start to the game. They
Absolutely.
still are just in there.
They are just in there. So the margin's 24 points at half-time. Stay with us here on O&M Live on 1494 2AY or 1566 3NA or O&M Optus TV. It's a Sunday Arvo here at Bunton Park. Preliminary final day. The winner to take on the Wangaratta Magpies next week. Plenty to come on the other side of this.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SS&A.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTafe.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused,
passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
Welcome back to Bunton Park. This is the Elders Rural Halftime Show. We've got an absolute cracking contest in the prelim final between the Yarrawonga Pigeons and the Wangaratta Rovers. It is the Pigeons getting the job done so far, at least 8-3-51, leading the Wang Rovers 3-9-27. With me is Dan Vaccaro. Dan, how did you see this second term panning out? It was a good one for the Rovers.
Yeah, absolutely it was. They fought back really hard. They nullified a lot of influences on that field. We saw Lee Masters probably get off the chain in that last 5 minutes, but he didn't touch the footy that first half of that quarter. The other real one is Mark Wiley touched the football once that quarter, so he only had the 10 touches this half, and Jack Sexton touchless that quarter as well. So they nullified influences from some of their big names, and it really got them back into the game.
Yarrawonga led by 30 points at quarter time. 24 points is the difference at half time. Wangaratta Rovers struggling to get some fit troops on the ground. We've got Sam Murray playing with a sore hamstring in the deep forward centre there for the Rovers, and did an amazing leap, Specky Mark. If he had gone back to kick that goal, Daniel, it would be a different story.
Imagine the momentum if he snagged that one. It would have been unbelievable. But yeah, he's obviously not playing nowhere near where he can because of his injury, but Dylan Stone's the other one as well. He's been off as well. And then you have Alex
Jolliffe.
Raven
Jolliffe, yeah.
And Alex Marklou's limping around everywhere too. So big concerns for Rovers, but they're still in with a fight. 24 points probably doesn't seem like 24 points. It probably does seem a little bit closer now going into the third quarter. The inside 50 count, they really got their way back into it. They only had the 8 inside 50s to 14 Rovers that in the first quarter. They've gotten it back into one. So 21 inside 50s for Yarrawonga, and Wangaratta Rovers have had the 20.
Great stuff there on the 40 wing stats. I'll get you to have a look at the major ball winners for both sides in a minute, but we do know the Rovers can come back from big deficits. 40 points down against Albury last weekend in the semi-final, and got home, I think it was by 5 points in a thriller. Haven't played in the grand final since 2002. That is the carrot on offer today. Haven't won the flag since 1994, Daniel. This is a proud club who have made a big show of it at it under Darren Creswell, and obviously his last season in charge. They'd want to make the big dance against the Magpies, their arch rival.
Yeah, too right, Chris. Yeah, look, Darren Creswell's, he's made big changes at that club, and he's come in, and he deserves all the praise in the world for it. He's been a fantastic coach, and if you can get into a grand final, you give him a shot. And I honestly think it's still in the balance this game. 24 points doesn't seem like a lot at all. The way the game's being played, it's a lot more open. So if Wangaratta can just get with it, they can really put on scoreboard pressure.
Nick Fothergill has been probably BOG so far, spending a lot of time forward. He's got 3 goals. What are his stats on the 40 winks?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been everywhere, Nick Fothergill. He's taken their kick-outs. He's got kicking duties today as well. So he's had 14 touches and he's kicked 3 goals. So he's by far the best on ground. Lee Masters has probably been one of the most influential as well. But yeah, Nick Fothergill is an absolute star. And I think Panda said it earlier, he's a show on Morris Medal night. I can tell you now, he's a bit of a dark horse. I've done a lot of Yarrawonga games this year, and he's pretty much in their top 2 to 3 players pretty much every game that I do.
And on the 40 wing stats for the Wang Rovers, who's leading the charge there?
Well, the one that's really got going that quarter was Jake McQueen. He had 8 touches and he's had 12 for the game, but he has just been that run and carry. It's almost as if those injuries have been a blessing in disguise for him. He's been pushed into the middle, so he's bringing a lot more football out of the middle. Their clearances are up, so they got a few clearances that quarter as well. But Jake McQueen's key for them. He's the one that's going to get this train moving.
Absolutely, he was outstanding in the second term as the Rovers mounted a comeback. Jack Forge is doing a fantastic job wearing it. Brody Philo like a glove. What is Brody Philo's stats so far?
So Brody Philo in the first quarter was probably their most prominent ball winner. He had 7 touches and a couple of clearances. He has not touched the footy that quarter. So he's literally gone disposalless. I don't think that's ever happened to Brody Philo, ever. So doing an unbelievable job, Jack Forge. So Brody Philo, he's got to get moving in that second half. A couple of their boys have got to get moving. Jack Gerish started getting amongst it that quarter. He's had 8 touches and a goal, so he's probably key along with Jake McQueen, I think, Chriso.
If you've just joined us, it is Yarrawonga 8-3-51, leading the Wangaratta Rovers 3-9-27. This is the big prelim final at Bunton Park with a shot at Wangaratta in the grand final up for grabs. Dan, I think you might have some netball updates for us.
Just a Ray White rule netball update. Tigers have won by 5 points in extra time.
in B grade.
In B grade, yeah, B grade netball. So
obviously,
they have got
A grade started earlier, and that was Wangaratta getting the job done against Corowa to book a shot against Yarrawonga in the grand final. So Wangaratta, I think, it might have played in the last 3 grand finals in A grade. I could be wrong, and obviously playing in the big dance again next week. Lee Williams, how do you see his game panning out so far? He's only got the 1 major. Nick Fothergill has been the major goal kicker with 3. Lee Williams playing a long way up the ground. How do you see this game? He's obviously getting a good job done with McQuaid playing him pretty closely, Daniel.
Yeah, he has, and I actually think it's a real selfless role that Lee Williams is playing. You don't really say that about the Doug Strang medalist too often, but McQuaid's a very good defender, and Lee Williams knows that, and all he's done is just gotten his bike and taken him up the field. The thing I love about Lee Williams is he's not one of those forwards, if he's not getting amongst it, he just still tries and sits out of that bear in the square. He actually gets on his bike, and you saw him a few times up in that wing, and not only was he just getting pointless marks up there, he was actually driving them forward really well, Lee Williams. So I've really liked his game, even though McQuaid's doing a fantastic job. Very, very good defender. Lee Williams knows what he's about. And if he can just bring the ball to ground and get up the field and wheel and go and turn around on that right foot and hit a target, he's doing his job perfectly. So Lee Williams, he could get off the leash neck in the second half, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's actually been really valuable to Yarrawonga.
Getting a lot of his touches up the ground, isn't it? His work rates are pretty phenomenal for a key position forward. If we flip side and go up the other end for the Wang Rovers, Tom Boyd looks like the danger forward from us, doesn't it? If they're going to win, he's going to have to kick a few.
I'm glad you mentioned him because I think that he's actually probably going to hold key to this game, to be honest, because you've got Al Marklew, Al Mafat. He's really, really struggling, can hardly move at the moment. So what Tom Boyd actually brings this second half is going to be absolutely massive. Rovers, they've proven that quarter that they can get on top of the midfield and they can get it forward. If they get it forward to Tom Boyd and he's on, it can really change the game. He's probably the biggest key in this game.
I think you're spot on there, Daniel. So for the Rovers goal kickers, it's Jack Gerish, Tom Boyd and Alex McCarthy. They need a few more goals out of the small boys, don't they? When the ball hits the ground, they need those Rovers at the fall of the ball doing their work.
You're absolutely right, and I think I touched it on earlier. I think 24 points isn't that much, but you just feel that they probably could have snuck another 1 or 2 goals. The way they were playing that last 10 minutes was fantastic, and they've gotten a lot of risk and not a whole lot reward, but they're still in it with 24 points. And you're right, they probably need a few of their smaller blokes coming to the fall. As I said, if Lee Williams isn't up the field getting his touches, he's bringing it to ground. They've just got to get blokes around the footy.
So Yarrawonga hasn't played in the grand final since 2014. Their last flag in 2013. Didn't play finals in 2019 and made the semis in 2018. So it's been a slow rebuild after that purple patch. And we all know the arch rivalry they held against the Albury Tigers in those glory years with Favola. They're on the cusp of another grand final. Daniel, who and what do you do if you're Mark Wiley? Do you change the magnets up? Do you keep Williams a bit closer to goal? What's your thoughts on the coaching strategy for the Pigeons?
I don't mind what Williams is doing. I think the coaching strategy for Mark Wiley is you just back your mids in. Like you've got Will Wheeler. I don't know what's happened. He touched the footy twice that quarter. You've just got to back your big boys in. I think I really like what they're actually doing with Lee Williams. I don't mind him coming up the field and getting it. It's just that blokes have got to realise what he's doing. And if he's leading and creating space, then blokes have got to be quick onto it as well.
And what about if you're the Wang Rovers? Darren Creswell, we know he's probably the best coach in the Ovens and Murray. Done an outstanding job with his side. Quickly as that Yarrawonga enters the ground, what do you do if you're him?
I think the thing with Rovers is, they're 24 points down. I don't think Creswell needs to panic. I think you got to back in what your game plan is, what your strategy is. Your best form of winning for Rovers is Jack Gerish on the wing, probably Jakey McQueen playing through the midfield, but you just got to back your players in. Probably don't go too crazy. Be patient and just wait for the right time.
All right, lovely, Daniel. Great wrap up. This 24-point lead for Yarrawonga with the halftime show brought to you by Elders Rural. We're going to take a quick break with all the second half action right back shortly.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
GoTafe is hiring and we want you on our team.
Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care!
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SS&A.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE. From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
2AY. And that's certainly what the Yarrawonga Pigeons are doing at the minute, getting the job done here in the preliminary final. A date with the Wangaratta Magpies awaits either Yarrawonga or the Wangaratta Rovers, and they lead by 24 points at half-time. We aren't too far away from getting underway in this third quarter. We're doing it all thanks to Ag Boss. Blake Pandaress got with you here on 1494 2AY 3&E, as well as Robbie McKinlay, Dan Vaccaro, and Chris Mitchell as well. Now, Chris, it's a bit of walking wounded at the minute with the Wangaratta Rovers, mate. You think they need the first couple of goals to get their tails up in this third quarter?
Yeah, spot on, Pender. I think they certainly need the first anyway, but that breeze is sort of coming and going a little bit. They're going to be kicking with that breeze, which is quite interesting. But Mick Gibbons getting around for the Pigeons. Is he any chance if they make the grand final, do you think?
I would have thought no. Robbie?
Yeah, he's still not as sharp as I've seen Gibbo move.
Tried to get him to have a chat. Wasn't too keen,
No.
boys.
Plunk him up forward, boys. Put him in a forward pocket.
Guys, interesting is that 24-point margin. Wangaratta Rovers had more scoring shots, and that last quarter, they had 9 scoring shots to 3, and Yarrawonga kicked 3 goals straight. They kicked 3 goals 6. So just like last week, we've seen them waste some opportunities in front of goal. Can they pull off exactly what they did last week? Because Panda, there's not much difference. At this stage last week against the Albury Tigers, they were trailing 9-9-63 to 3-7-25. They were in more strife last week than they are this week.
They were.
What do you make of that, Panda?
Well, I think that what I'm saying, Robbie, is that they are a chance.
Yes.
They are still a chance to come back in this preliminary final and book a date with their fiercest rivals, but they're going to have to come from the clouds again because the Yarrawonga Pigeons have been playing great footy in this first half. Third quarter action underway. It's the Pigeons by 24, and here's Robbie McKinlay.
Gaston and Howe, and here's Philo. Well, there's a good start to the quarter. He got the clearance on the fly. Jack Sexton was knocked over, and he went back in after it. And there's a lot of players over footy. Garish amongst them. Einspawn applied a good tackle. Sorry, it was Will Sexton involved there. And it's going to be a ball up on centre wing. Garish picks himself up, flicks the ball to Hayden Pearson. He tosses the ball in the air. Howe knock was good one toward. Oh, he might be penalised. He is. Great tackle, Will Nolan. So Will Nolan has the ball right in the centre of the ground. Frauenfelder says, don't move. Coburn on the mark it was. The ball's kicked long, deep from behind. Ball spills. Chance here for Boyd. Did he get knocked A over T? He did. But Bucket said it was okay. And it's still a nasty sort of untangling of the bodies there, Panda. I don't know how else you describe that. It'll be a ball up. And Buckets has got the ball in his hand.
A nice ground cuddle, Robbie, I'd say, between Howe and Boyd down there. So a ball up, inside forward 50. Mark Luke, bit of candy, went the outside of the foot banana. It might land in the lap here of McCarthy. He's in a tussle there with Einspawn. Hand pass it back to the edge of attacking 50 to Williamson. He looks inboard over the head of McQueen. Garish goes in there. Einspawn over him. In fact, it was Forge. And we've got a ball up inside 50 here for the Wangaratta Rovers. We've played a minute and a half. They still trail by 24 points. We've had no score in this third quarter for Agboss.
Just could have made something better of that. It was a bit of a chance gone begging. Ball still inside forward 50. Todd Bryant. Scrappy old kick. McCarthy under it. Fist was good by Will Sexton. Off the back, Hart Masters to Jack Forge. Down to centre wing. Well done, McQuaid. He got over the top of Williams and he punched it into the picket fence on the clubroom side of the ground here at Button Park. Panda's home ground. Panda's going to call Panda's going to call the action from here.
How come there's no pickets all around the ground?
I can't wait.
Work in progress, Chriso.
Okay, good.
Rome wasn't built. Rome wasn't built in a day. Yep.
Is it?
Yeah. Yep. That's the plan.
Right. I don't doubt you. I'm
picket
asking
fence
you.
all the
Don't
way
get edgy
around.
with me, mate.
Not at all. I'm just this marquee's about to blow over. The wind's picking up here at Button Park at the minute. Ball camped out on that far wing. Coburn up against Nolan, who started this third quarter all right. Garish on ground level. He's been wrapped up by Willie Wheeler. Chris, just on that wind, is it still just pushing west straight across the ground?
Yeah, it looks like it's going straight across the ground to the clubroom side there, boys. So not really favouring either end.
The roof's coming off, Robbie.
I thought it was a bit of thunder, wasn't it? Todd Bryant, good. Handball out the back to Will Nolan. Ball in centre field. Ryan Bruce gathers it. Young Sexton might be in a bit of trouble here. Play on was the call. Ryan Bruce went back for a little bit of work there. Not Will Sexton. I don't think he had the footy.
Nope.
He didn't. He was slung to the ground. Advantage rule played. Wheeler pumps the ball inside forward 50. Ball pinballing around. Logan Morey. Kick. Left foot. Long. Lawrence under it. Can't mark. Boundary throw in. Adjacent the behind post. 51-27. Yarrawonga lead. 3 minutes gone. If you've just joined us for Agboss.
Sorry, boys. Great to see young Sexton get up. He was absolutely dumped in the middle of the ground there, but little tough nut there for the Pigeons.
Well picked up down there, Chris O, for the Newmarket Hotel. So inside 50 here for the Pigeons. Comes to the ground. Howe taps it, picked up by Coburn. He's a left footer on the right, snap goalwood, and it's hit the post off hands from Lee Williams. So the first score of this third quarter is a behind to Yarrawonga, 8-4-52. The Rovers 3-9-27. We played 3 and a bit minutes. Dan Vaccaro, 440 Winks.
Rovers, boys, positive start. 2 inside 50s early, and Yarrawonga just got their first inside 50 for the day, for the quarter.
Nolan played on, pumped it long. Gee, the wind got hold of that. Garish was okay. Mark Wiley gathered off the back. Left foot kick was okay. McQueen with courage stood underneath it. Took a gutsy chest mark. Now he's told to play on. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And speaking of the Newmarket Hotel, I'm not sure if you call him mine host these days, but Dean Nicholson from the Newmarket Hotel.
Yes.
He's enjoying a beer on a Sunday afternoon like he does on a lot of occasions. Take it away, Panda.
Will Sexton is going to send the Pigeons back into attack. Williams was held off the contest by McQuaid. McQuaid goes in and Williams tackles him. And the umpire says, I'll have it. inside forward 50 here for the Pigeons. If you just joined us here on O&M Live, 1494 2AY or 15663 the Pigeons led by 5 goals at quarter time, 24 at half time. And we have only had the one behind here in this third quarter as Sexton is wrapped up. Still inside attacking 50, tied up against the pocket broadcast side here in this third quarter for Agboss.
Good umpiring there. Fothergill went to ground, Panda, and the umpires had nothing of it. Gerrish knocked it out to Toddy Bryant, kicked it down the line. Ryan Stone couldn't have it. Now here's a chance. Iron Spawn. Here's Jack. Gerrish got it. He'll run. He had one bounce. Run through the middle, Jack. Jack has 2 bounces. Took on a goose step. Got around Bruce, handball to McCarthy, punts the ball to half forward. Chance here for Mark Lou. Kick off the ground was fortuitous. Goes the way of Elijah Amery. Paddles it. Masters knocked him over tee. Here's Cross. Back to Masters. Masters had to kick in a hurry, and he's kicked it out on Alamein Avenue. The Breeze got hold of that one, Panda, and the Rovers, through Wilson, will bring it back in 65 around from their goal. Yarrawonga lead 52-27, 5.5 minutes gone on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock.
It's good pressure from Amery,
yeah,
Chriso.
Great work.
Yeah, great work by Amery. I reckon he's lifted in the forward half there, making the Yarrawonga defenders second-guess themselves.
Oh, Murray went down really low and Sexton came in and crunched him.
Knee in the guts. He's played on.
Murray's played on, tied up in the pocket, tries to take on Sexton, can't get a kick away, falls here to Amery, one way then the other way. His hand pass hit the deck. Great defensive play by Sexton and the Pigeons. That was strained from a man who has a sore hamstring, Chriso.
I think he forgot he had a sore hamstring, boys.
That is strange, but we expect that with Sam Murray. We like it. Thrown up inside forward 50 for the Rovers. They lead by 25. They trail by 25 points, 52-27. Here's the Big Mac.
He jumped over the goalpost late in the second quarter. He forgot about his hammy. Oh, whistle. Oh, buckets, you never know when this whistle blows in that situation, but this time it's going to go a ruck infringement against Lockie Howe. And Panda, you tended to agree with that.
No, did I?
Well, I thought you did.
I'm not sure about
you
it,
said
Robbie.
yeah.
I thought you said twice.
Okay.
Morey. Now he paddles it. Will Nolan's there. And, Toby Murray, the Ibis. He got picked up and dumped. Gee, it's a bit ugly out there at the moment. Coburn's kick, it might go out of bounds in the full. It does. It'll come back into play here. Panda, in a game we've seen Wangaratta Rovers dominating possession. They're not impacting on the scoreboard, Blake.
I think it's out of bounds on the full, is it, Chriso, over there on the far wing?
Well, that's what I said, Panda.
You did. So Toddy Bryant is going to send him back into attack. And Lockie Howe in the hole, working hard defensively. The big ruckman just takes a nice mark, and he still hugs that far wing. He kicks it down towards, Nolan's taken a wonderful intercept mark for the Rovers, Shagger Nolan.
How long since he's had a haircut, you reckon, Panda?
Oh, a very, very long time.
What? Give me years.
Oh, I'd say 5. We'll ask him after the game. Nolan goes back into attack, and, it's going to come straight back because that's out of bounds on the full. It's a bit messy here at the moment. Dan Vaccaro in this third quarter for 40 Winks.
Yeah, it is. Rovers have gone inside forward 50 enough times, just no quality of entries, very shallow or out of bounds, boys.
Yeah, Masters pumps it back down the line from behind the Ibis. He flew like one then, didn't he?
I think the wind is playing a big havoc on that side of the ground, boys. We've seen lots of balls go over the boundary for a full on, so I think it's playing a big part of the game here.
And the thing with that, Chriso, is that it makes it very hard to use your rotations
100%.
down the interchange bench. And
definitely.
It's a thing that can come into play a little bit during the final series. You don't want your good players left off the ground too long. Coburn's kick, not a good one, and it goes straight to McCarthy. He's at centre wing. He kicked a goal earlier on today, and he pumps that one low. Smothered. Coburn's kick, and this one's out of bounds in the full. So I'll tell you what, just grab hold of this last 5 minutes and make sure it never gets shown again to any kid who has aspirations of playing AFL football. Ban it!
Rovers kick to half forward. Ball hits the deck, and Wilson's wrapped up, 55 out from home. So no score, no goal in this third quarter. Only the one behind are the way the Pigeons. 8-4-52 if you're just joining us. The Rovers 3-9-27. They go back into attack. Boyd's in the hole. Murray flew from behind. Took an epic mark in that second quarter. One-hand pickup. Beautiful there by Wilson. Wasn't able to get a kick away. Fothergill, his kick has been intercepted by McCarthy inside 50 for the Rovers. Chriso, you thought he could have won a 50?
Oh, definitely. He marked it, then he got smashed in the back, boys, at late. So, yeah, I would have paid a 50, but I'm not an umpire.
So Fothergill's clearing kick was marked by a brave McCarthy, Robbie.
He's a good lad, this. I famously said he reminded me of Merv Holmes. I might have put a little bit of pressure on him earlier in the year.
You did indeed, Hall of Famer.
Just a tad.
So Alex McCarthy will line up for the Rovers. 35 out, slide angle. He likes it off the boot. The Rovers got the all-important goal of this opening goal of this third quarter. A Sunjan goal today from Al McCarthy. He's got 2, and the margin is back to 19 points.
Really positive start by Rovers, boys. Bit of an average 5 minutes of play, but the territory battle's all Rovers at the moment, so 6 inside 50s. Jack Garish has got his hands on the footy 3 times this quarter as well, and Jake McQueen getting involved with 2 touches. So really positive start on the 40-wing stat sheet for Rovers this quarter.
And it's that pressure by Amory and Wilson and co that is bringing the heat on the Yarra defenders. They don't like it.
Yeah, if you look at the possession where the ball's been in the last probably 40 minutes of this game, it's been all Wang Rovers. They really probably haven't patted themselves enough on the back on the scoreboard at the moment, as it's stuck in the centre wicket here at Bunton Park, and there's been a push. And it's good. Free kick is going to go. It's going to go against Noah Amory.
What's the count, Dan Vax?
We'll get that to you in a moment, Chriso.
Jack Forge is the recipient of the free kick. He works his way from the turf wicket and he thumps it to the right-hand side, the clubroom side of the ground. Raven Jolliffe, a watermelon would have drowned him. He spilled it in the end. Now it comes back the way of Sexton, Jack, and it's Frauenfelder who has marked right on the junction of the forward 50 and the boundary line. Tough ask from here, Panda.
Very tough ask. Very, very tough ask. You get a lot of advice from that can bar as well, Robbie, here at Bunton Park.
I'm sure a lot of it's positive. So he's a left footer, that's one thing he's advantage, but he's going to kick right into the teeth of the breeze. Frauenfelder just ran around a little bit on the arc and the ball sits up. Williams gets the front position and Big Ibis Murray thumps it through for a minor score. Wangaratta Rovers trail 4-9-33, 8-5-53. It's a 20-point margin. That's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard.
The free kick count, Chriso, you asked for it. So 20 free kicks Yarrawonga to Rovers 14.
So it's evened up slightly, Chriso.
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't it?
So Carpenter has to go back and retrieve the pill. And he'll do the kick-in duties. So the margin's back to 20 points. Yarrawonga still lead.
Great kick.
A great kick from Carpenter finds Garish tied up against the boundary, right on the 50-metre arc, broadcast side here at Bunton. Garish doesn't know what he's going to do. He plays on, palms off Forge and sends a torpedo punt down the line, but it might work out for Big Ibis Murray. He's got it at half forward. Kick inboard looking for Elmer Fudd up against Jai Cross. Sam Murray in the hole, left foot snap from Sam Murray. Boyd's going to mark in the square. He's not. He just spilt the chest mark, Tom Boyd, in the square for the Rovers, and it's a minor score. Oh, they've blown a chance there. 4-10-34 the Rovers. Yarrawonga 8-5-53. The margin is back to 19 points. 12 minutes surpassed here in this third quarter for Agbolts, Chriso.
Yeah, I reckon he was just in two minds whether to shepherd it through or try and take a chest mark. He chose the latter, and I think it was Cross, just got a fingertip in for a behind. So a big let off there for the Pigeons.
Holgate it was. I'll give a lot of credit to Matty Holgate there. He just got enough pressure. He might have even snuck a little fist in around that rib cage there, Panda, and just, one of those ones.
Don't like the rib ticklers, Robbie.
No. And he just enough to put him off, and that was big. So Sammy Murray there. Murray read it beautifully. He picked it up, and he realised he had to bang it in a hurry. Thought the goal squares open, but yeah, another chance. Not quite nailed there. Wheeler over the footy. Was knocked off it. There's a whistle. Bucket says that's a throw. That one should go the way of the Wangaratta Rovers. And Brody follows him. And how many stats this quarter for 40 wings, Dan?
Well, this will be his ninth for the game, but second this quarter.
Murray takes a good mark in the forward pocket. And he was accidentally tripped over afterwards. Now, in a similar area, he played on.
Not in a good spot for a left footer.
Oh, and he's practicing on the right,
isn't he?
Oh, look at this. He's giving
testing that hamstring.
So he's going to go right, or is he going to go the boomerang? He's looking around at the teammate. He's a little bit indecisive. He's banged it! Have a look at that! The Rovers are back in town! They trail by 13 points. It's game on here at Bunton Park, preliminary final day. Prize on offer is a crack at the Wangaratta Magpies. And here come the Rovers, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, for 40 wings, boys, 9 inside 50s for Rovers. The territory battle's all theirs. Complete dominance in this last period of play. Sam Murray has been fantastic, even though he's got one leg, Robbie. He's had 11 touches and he's kicked an all-important goal on the 40 winks stat sheet, as well as Jack Garish. He's been good with 5 touches.
Chriso on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel.
Unbelievable goal there by Sam Murray. Someone tell him he's got an injured hamstring. He nearly ran 50 metres there to celebrate. So he's been outstanding.
Maybe he's just milking that one so he can play forward. I don't mind it. He's an impact player, is Sam Murray. So the margin's back to 13, and the Rovers not holding the ball in the middle of the ground. Oh, they don't get it. They do not get it. And there's a ball up in the middle of the ground. So the Rovers have kicked the only 2 goals here in this third quarter. They trail by 24 points at half-time. And there's a whistle, and it's a free kick to Shane Gaston.
Play advantage, surely.
Are they going to pay the advantage?
They're not going to.
No, because Ryan Stone marked it.
Panda, they've kicked 4 of the last 5.
There you go. They have indeed. Robbie McKinlay there for McRae Motors. So we've played 15 minutes in this third quarter, and Shane Gaston has a free kick right in the middle of a muddy Bunton Park.
Just pump it deep. Pump it deep.
Yep. Come on, Frenchman. Not one player is behind Shane Gaston, and he's at the halfway point of the ground. Pumps it long. Elmer Fudd makes a contest from behind. At ground level, Tom Boyd's in there, tries to get through the tackle of Fothergill. McQueen tries to fend off. Alex Marklew out of midair. Kai Williamson comes late. And players pile in, and we've got a ball up 15 metres out from the Rovers' goal. They're pressing here in this third quarter. They trail by 13, 53-40. We've played 15 minutes in this third quarter.
Thought it was Harry Kuhl there for a second.
Mark Viduka, whatever you like. Gee, Sue went down there. It might have been an incidental clash. Here's Sexton. Will, high up and under, did well, defended beautifully to the far side. Williams did well for Yarrawonga. Mopped up by Morey. Left foot kick, he was tackled. I think he didn't get enough on it. Free kick, going to go the way of the Rovers. There's something about them, Panda. They've got a little bit of bounce about them here.
It's Dylan Wilson who kicks him back inside 50. Boyd couldn't mark. Murray crashes in. Has to get rid of it. Gang tackled by a few Pigeons. And he's stung holding the ball. There's Sam Murray. A great defensive effort there from Wiley and Bailey Fronfelder.
Great tackle, wasn't it?
Great
he took
tackle.
him on. And good on him. Nothing to lose.
So Bailey Fronfelder fans it out wide. Koopman marks. Right on half back. Far side of the ground. He's going to hug the boundary line, send a low one down the line, and it just bounces in. And we'll have a boundary throw in on true centre wing. Yarrawonga by 13. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Real big problems here for Yarrawonga, boys. Mark Wiley, he's only touched the football twice in the last 2 quarters. Jack Sexton hasn't touched the ball since the first quarter, and Will Wheeler has only had 2 touches in the last half. So big problems, got to get their hands on the footy.
Just repeating it, Dylan Stone left the ground for the Wang Rovers earlier in the game. Sam Murray, he's got a bit of a hamstring complaint, has gone forward, and he's had his moments up there too. The Rovers kicked 4 of the last 5 goals. They trail by 13 points. 17.5 minutes gone. Third quarter action for Agbos. It's at centre wing, club room side of the ground. Tap forward by Gaston. Kicked out by Toddy Bryant. The bounce is good for Wilson. Handball over the top was nice to Amory. Amory, did he have the footy? Yeah, play on. Not bad umpire. I don't mind that, Panda. Amory come through, knocked his own teammate over, which was Philo, and now it's going to be thrown in out over the boundary. So 13-point margin. She's game on. And here's Panda Blake Escott, one of North Albury's finest.
53 plays 40. The Rovers with the only 2 goals in this third quarter. They've kicked 4 of the last 5 goals, as Robin McKinlay for McRae Motors said before. 18 minutes gone in this third quarter. Another stoppage.
How'd you poll on the 2s B and F?
We haven't had the best. The club hasn't had the best and fairest.
You're
Robbie
confident of maybe getting on the board?
No,
you've marked it in the diary.
Not
Panda.
at all.
Yeah,
not at all. Kick comes forward here for the Rovers. Boyd in the front spot. Was he infringed? Umpire said no, and we've got another stoppage. Nervous here for a Yarrawonga defender. 20 metres out from the Rovers goal. They trail by 13. Quickly, Dan Vaccaro.
12 inside 50s to 3 for this quarter, boys.
Gaston thumped it towards Put. Well done, Matty Holgate. Read it well. Handball was okay towards Carpenter in the end for the Rovers. Got a low kick to Ryan Stone. Was he knocked off the footy?
Yep.
Bucket says yes, he was. And it'll be a free kick to Ryan Stone, who is one of the best shots on goal for Wangaratta Rovers. Yes, you heard it here first, Dan Vaccaro, and you, Blake. And
I did.
Mitch. And
so this is going out on the full then.
he was a real sharp shooter a few years ago.
If he misses this, I'm going to toss you off the scaffolding.
I don't think distance will trouble him.
Well, he's going to line up,
So there's a lot of positives.
35 out. on a slight angle in front of the old scoreboard here if you're listening on 2AY 3&E at Bunton Park.
Maybe 40 metres, Pando. You're trying to make this sound a bit awkward for me here. I know what you're up to here. Here comes Ryan Stone. Kick on the way. And he's put it straight through the guts. Boy, are the Rovers back in town. They trail now by just 7 points. Almost 20 minutes gone, third quarter action for Agbos. And boy, oh boy, Panda. Game on.
Just dominance at the moment, isn't it, boys? And it's happening in the midfield, but that full pressure, it's making the Yarrawonga defenders think twice. They've been able to get repeat entries of Rovers and keep it in there, locked in there. They've got 3 goals to nothing this quarter.
13 inside 50s on the 40-wing stat sheet to Yarrawonga. They've only gone in 3 times. Complete dominance.
Alrighty, so a 7-point ball game here in the preliminary final. Everything on the line here in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. A date with the Wang Magpies in the grand final, this time next week at the Lavington Sports Ground. Rovers with the only 3 goals here in this third quarter. They trailed by 37 points at one stage. Make it, 37 points at one stage the Rovers trailed by. Now it's back to 7.
How good's young Murray been in the ruck here, lads?
Breen up against Tyson and Howe. And we've got another restart inside the centre square, right next to the circle in the middle of Bunton Park.
He didn't have a care in the world. I saw him at 3/4 time yesterday knocking over a bucket of chips at Walbundry, and you wouldn't know what he was doing today.
Well, when he works away with the EGS crew, he likes to nail a couple of palmies.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't keep the receipt.
No.
No invoice required, Darren.
Oh, I love it. So we've had 3 consecutive ball-ups in the middle of the ground. Tyson just knocks it forward for the Rovers. It spills to half. Oh! Bears had his head ripped off. Absolutely ripped off. And the Rovers win a free kick at half-back. Frontfelder ripped it clean. He's inside defensive 50. The Rovers 6-10-46. Yarrawonga 8-5-53. 21 gone in this third quarter.
Up they go. Garish Murray. There he is. Bucket of chips. Sharon, doesn't matter. He eats them up, the young fella.
He's been fantastic, Toby Murray.
Boy from Henny pumps it long down the line. Good fist there from Logan Morey, who has gone back into defence. But that's where we normally see him, but he's played a lot of this final series up forward. And we've got a boundary throw in. If you've just joined us, Yarrawonga lead by 7. They did lead by 37. 22 minutes gone, third quarter.
Look at that throw in from the young fella. That was brilliant. Ball right in front of our commentary position. It's hacked forward. Hugs the boundary line for the Pigeons. Koopman's here. And it goes over the boundary line. The players are spent here in this third quarter. We've played 22 minutes from the Albury GJ Gardner-Holmes time clock. The Peterborough Holmes scoreboard reads Yarrawonga with a 7-point lead. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yep, 13 inside 50s to 3 is the 50 count this quarter on the 40 wing stat sheet, boys.
Look at that throw. That is a hell of a wind-up. Great throw from the young fella right down in front of us. Kick off the ground by Wheeler was brilliant. Give him a stat for that, Dan. Pup Clark overran it a little bit. Fraunfelder tracks it. Williams comes in. It's like a game of soccer at the moment here. Albury United almost stuffed. Williams ducked under one. Handball back towards Bear. Bear Jaden floated the handball over the top. Missed opportunity there by McCarthy. Here's a go for Yarrawonga. Top of the gold square. Ball comes to ground. Sexton was there. Jack was okay. Clever kick over the top. Only one bloke could do that. I reckon it was Philo. Here come Yarrawonga. Panda.
Iron Spawn was grabbed without of it. Williams, Wheeler kicks it in towards Forge. There was a sea of pigeons in the pocket, and it's landed, Chriso, in the arms of Forge, 30, 40 metres out in a slight angle.
Yeah, he's had the big job on Philo, but great effort there just to get him out. They had 2 options. They could have raffled at the Pigeons, but great work to keep it in there against the Hawks defenders who were trying desperately. Big tackle from McQuaid on Williams to keep that ball alive before.
They haven't kicked a goal since the 20th minute mark of the second quarter when Fothergill put them 26 up. Forge to kick their first goal in this third quarter. It's not going to get there. I don't know if it's going to register a score. It isn't. Right across the face. And a pack forms and it spills across the boundary line a couple of metres to the right-hand side of that point post. Yarrawonga still on attack. They lead by 7. 24 gone in this third quarter, Chriso.
Yeah, you've nearly got to aim for that inside point post because that's how far the wind's taking it.
Absolutely, Chriso. The kicking from Wheeler was just so clever. Here's Philo, tracks it, gathered it. Handball was good to McQueen. Oh, no, he's gone. He took him on.
Oh, in the back.
Oh, it's a big call.
Wow. Well, I guess the tackle's going to be legal. Now, when they get caught, they make sure it's legal, so Buckets reckons it wasn't. McQueen kicks it to the far side. Panda, your thoughts on that one?
Well,
the Yarrawonga bench doesn't like it, boys. Lee Ramsdale's shaking his head ferociously.
So if you're listening here on 1494 2AY or 3&E, McQueen was running across the defensive goal square, was brought down in a tackle. We all thought it was holding the ball, except the umpire.
Not all of us.
In the back. And the Rovers clear it, and we've got a boundary throw in. At half forward still for Yarrawonga. Rain falling here at Button Park at the minute. Look at that beautiful rainbow out there up above Alamein Avenue.
That means it stopped, you idiot.
Well, no, it's definitely spitting rain. It's definitely spitting rain. It was just then in my binoculars. Anyway, maybe I need to clean them. Stone emerges, hand pass it back to Gaston. No, it's definitely raining. Gaston goes down the line. Amory overruns the footy. Wilson left it behind. Amory was grabbed straight away. And we've got a boundary throw in. Or just into attack for the Wangaratta Rovers.
Bit of a scuffle too on the far side of the ground there, boys. They don't want to get up. They're not letting an inch go today.
Just not to alarm you, there's not too many running down to Bunnings to get Timber to build an arc. It's not going to be thunderous rain.
It's just spitting a little bit, Robbie. Look, we've got an umbrella down there.
Well, how would that bloke know? He's always worried about his can down there. Boundary throw in, is it? Or ball up?
We've got a game of footy out here, fellas.
55 metres out from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They trail by 7 points. And out the back, collected by Todd Bryant. Centering kick is required. That's what he does. Elmer Fudd did okay. Here's a chance. Tommy Boyd. Kick off the ground. And the margin's back to 6 points. 8-5-53 Yarrawonga. 6-11-47 the Wangaratta Rovers. This is for Agmos. And that's on the Peterbowen Homes scoreboard. And here's Panda Bear. He's got his raincoat on and he's ready to go.
Dan Vaccaro on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Nick Fothergill, boys, just had his 17th touch for the game on the 40-wing stat sheet.
And you can put 3 goals alongside that as well. He's been outstanding.
As a sheep graze, here's alert just been raised, Panda.
Well, there's a watch and act warning for the King River earlier before. Thank you very much, Robbie McKinlay.
Was it really?
Yep.
Is that what Gus McLeod once called the King Creek?
Exactly right.
That's the ovens, boys.
Howe kicks it in the middle of the ground for the Pigeons, picked up there by Stone. He went back to a teammate. It was Clark under pressure, but Clark applied a big tackle. Far side of the ground. Koopman's in a hand pass was intercepted. Stone has to get rid of it. Pressure's really lifted in this third quarter. Jack Gary shows a bit of candy. Runs forward for the Rovers. Banana kick inside 50. Einspawn bravely in the hole for the Pigeons. Takes an intercept mark. The Pigeons 8-5-53. The Rovers 6-11-47. Well done there by Elmer Fudd to force a boundary throw in.
Gaston, boys.
Well done, Gaston, to force a throw in. Parked out there on that far side. Still just inside 50 for the Rovers here at Button Park.
Yeah, the big Frenchman done well. I tell you, he did better than that bloody rugby union referee from France. Didn't he have a howler the other night in the Bledisloe Cup? You know what I'm talking about, Panda? Did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I did hear that there was some bad refereeing.
Mate, I reckon he's got an interest in submarines over in Paris.
Free kick here. I think it might be Wiley, boys. He
got one in the guts, I reckon.
After that one.
Or he got one a bit lower than the guts, Panda. You got your binoculars on. What can you see?
Chris O, he looks pretty sore.
Very sore. I think he might try and raffle this off to a teammate behind him.
What part of the body?
Holgate, but
I didn't see it on the action replay, Robbie.
Not going to speculate, are we?
All right, we've got a fair idea. He kicks it to centre wing. Clubroom side of the ground. Nolan was good for the Rovers. Quick kick, might have been Einspawn, and Fraunfeld have been able to keep it in.
Nope.
No, he hasn't. So must have been touched because it's either a mark or it's out of bounds on the full. Mate? And I reckon that's what Fraunfeld is saying now. There's only that boundary umpire and the field umpire are going to meet, and it is. Well, there you go. It's a mark.
Oh, the crowd don't like it over there.
Panda, they're furious. Fraunfelder chips it over the top, and geez, aren't they into it? That Rovers crowd far side of the ground. Take it away, Panda.
Noah Amory intercepts for the Rovers at half back. There's a whistle here off the ball. Chris O, did you see that one?
Rovers. Yeah,
Ryan Stone got knocked over.
Inside forward 50 they go. Murray on a searching lead. Holgate right on his tail. Done very well. In fact, it was Seymour. Ball on the ground inside 50 there for the Rovers. They moved the ball very, very quickly.
Wind's picked up 2, boys, as you can tell on the microphone.
Alrighty, and the siren has sounded to end the third quarter in the preliminary final, and it was a quarter that was owned by the Wangaratta Rovers. They kicked the only 3 goals. They trailed by 37 points at one stage. They trail by 24 at half time, and the margin is just a goal now at three-quarter time. Everything to play for. The Wangaratta Magpies await the winner. 8-5-53 Yarrawonga. The Rovers 6-11-47. When we come back, a big last quarter here on O&M Live.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care!
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SS&A.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTafe.
From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.
Three-quarter time in the preliminary final, second last weekend in the SS&A Ovens and Murray, and it's all set up for a grandstand finish. Yarrawonga 8-5-53, the Rovers 6-11-47. Dan Vaccaro on our 40-wing stat sheet.
Thanks, Panda. So that quarter there, complete dominance by Rovers. They had 16 inside 50s to Yarrawonga's 5. So massive quarter there. They've just got to keep it going. They've got all the momentum. Brody Philo still being held relatively well. He only had the 4 touches that quarter. Sam Murray, obviously, the 3 touches, and what a goal from him on one leg. Jake McQueen had 4 touches, and Jack Gerish has had 5 and 13 for the game. The one thing that Yarrawonga need to find is they need to get the footy in in the hands of some of their better footballers. Will Wheeler, 3 touches that quarter and 2 in the second. You've got Jack Sexton. He didn't touch it in the second. He had 1 touch that quarter as well. And Mark Wiley only had the 2 touches that quarter. So they need more of an output from their bigger names, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That's very accurate stats, and it probably shapes the game a bit.
Chris Mitchell on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, I was in the Yarrawonga huddle. Mark Wiley, very measured, very calm. Didn't change anything structurally, so they're going to keep the same 18. Said they played into their hands, need to be disciplined in the contest. Our turn, play our brand of footy, so expect the Pigeons to come hard this first 5.
Panda, 20 years since Wangaratta Rovers have won a preliminary final.
20 years, back in 2002, where they eventually, they went on to lose the grand final to North Albury back in 2002. So it's been such a long time for the Wangaratta Rovers. You can tell how much it means to the whole footy club, because the support out there at the huddle then was massive. Extraordinary. Huge crowd around the Wangaratta Rovers. And of course, Yarrawonga, they haven't won a preliminary final since 2014. Of course, they lost the grand final that year to Albury during those big battles. Weren't they famous? And
who wins from here, lads?
I think Yarrawonga just.
Yeah,
Robbie?
I'm the same.
After what I saw yesterday, I reckon Rovers might have a little bit more run in their legs.
Last quarter underway here in the preliminary final as the Wangaratta Magpies await the winner. And it's the Pigeons by 6 points, but the Rovers come forward first. McCarthy kicks it to half forward. Philo in a tussle up against Sexton. That's Jack. Takes a nice intercept mark at halfback. He goes down the line. Ironspawn's a good runner. Bears hot on his tail. Ironspawn's kick. Does it stay in? It does. It does just. Pup Clark tried to mark it, and it goes out of bounds just inside forward 50 here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. We have played 30 seconds here in this third quarter. Last quarter, we're doing it all thanks to Bingley, Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, Clark wouldn't have been aware where the boundary line was.
He wouldn't have.
So otherwise, if you had to let it go, it would have been out of bounds on the full, but he had every right to go and take that mark, and it was a tough one. Gaston tapped it to himself, and Noah Amory sat over the footy, got to knock it out. He did really well. Toddy Bryant, clever, kick off the ground. Ryan Bruce thumps it back inside forward 50, high up and under. Pack forms, ball comes to ground. Williams palms it straight to Lawrence. Lawrence goes bang, and the margin's out to 12 points. Pigeons get the perfect start to the quarter, and I'll tell you what, that is just magnificent play there from a number of those players. The pressure around the ball was fantastic. Williams' tap was clever, and Lawrence did the rest. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks, 12-point lead to Yarrawonga.
Great start by Yarrawonga, boys. Let's see if the territory battle stays that way. 2 repeat inside 50s. Rovers yet to get it in their half on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Chris Mitchell on the boundary for the Newie.
Yeah, Robbie summed it up beautifully. I think it was the tap from Williams into the hot spot there that set the goal up for Lawrence.
So Timmy Lawrence with the all-important goal in this last quarter. What a tap from Williams into the space, and Lawrence did the rest. So Yarrawonga 9-5-59, the Rovers 6-11-47. And Philo out of the middle. Gets a hand pass received from Gaston. Kicks it into attack. Pack forms. Gerish is there. Bruce is there for the Pigeons. And here's Sexton. He picks it up and kicks calmly down the line to Lawrence. He was crunched from behind by Jolliffe, who gave away a free kick. And Timmy Lawrence has it on centre wing. He kicked a very, very important goal only a moment or 2 ago. He's going to hug the boundary. Short option down the line. Off hands. Gerish. He's got Ryan Stone in a paddock if he can find him. He does. Is that 50? Is that 50?
No, he's unlucky, boys.
It's 50 against Lawrence Crisseau because he's tapped the ball out of the hands.
I don't mind it, guys. I think he was going back to take his kick and he tapped it out. That's what I saw.
Ryan Stone clipped him. Ryan Stone actually clipped him in the head. So he could have got it for a free kick at high contact.
Wowee.
Rovers will take that.
Massive moment in this last quarter. So Ryan Stone will have a shot on goal from 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Bad mistake by Lawrence. Had to go long down the line. Use the breeze.
To bring the margin back to 6 points. Ryan Stone comes in and he's nailed it. Game on here in the preliminary final. A Sunjam goal that And the margin's back to 6. 7-11-53 the Rovers. Yarrawonga 9-5-59. Dan Vaccaro for 40 Winks.
Yeah, real tight arm wrestle here this quarter, boys. 2 inside 50s for Yarrawonga. Rovers just going forward the first time this quarter. Brody Philo getting his hands on the footy early, having an effective kick forward of the footy. Jack Gerish as well, continuing his run and carry. He's had the 1 touch early and 14 for the game on the 40 Wink stat sheet.
Just pops up when they need him, don't they, Ryan Stone? Shame his brother's not out there as well. Dylan obviously lost him in the first quarter.
Yeah, was there an update on that, Chris? So we thought it was an ankle injury.
No, nothing. No.
All right. So Philo has a footy and he's tackled straight away. And it'll be another throw up right in the middle of the ground. 6-point lead. Yarrawonga lead, 59-53. 4 minutes gone. Final term for Bingley. Gerish bowled him. Lost leg stump, Jack. He went back in and applied a good tackle. And he's going to get a free kick. Bucket says he got to knock it out. So Jack Gerish has had a big win there against Iron Spawn. And Gerish wants to run. Jack does run. Now he eventually gets the handball back to Ryan Stone. Hurried old kick. Jaden Bear from behind. Brought the ball to ground. Elijah Amery. Kick on goal. And it's marked by Cross at full back for Yarrawonga. They lead by 6 points.
You just think Gerish probably shouldn't have played on. It wasn't the right opportunity there. Yarra had heaps of numbers back behind the ball.
Oh, great fly and a great mark at half forward. Intercepting there for the Rovers. It's Raven Jolliffe. Broadcast side. Arcs around. Kicks it deep into attack. Murray's going to fly. Off hands. Fothergill. Was that Fothergill? No, it was Seymour. Seymour takes a great defensive mark. He was about 3 deep for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Goes out to the far side of the ground. Fraunfelder, he marks, arcs around on his left foot. Hugs it down the line. They got the overlap here. Morey's got it on centre wing. He's got Forge running into space. Forge runs, steadies in the pocket, and he's goaled it! Yarrawonga Pigeon footy at its best. One nanked to the ground to the other, and Forge puts the Pigeons back up by 12 points, Chris O, for the Newie.
Just a couple of quick kicks, wasn't it? That's all it took. They transitioned the footy beautifully. Logan Morey found Dylan Forge, who gut run about 40 metres to get that ball, boys, and showed enough composure to slot it beautifully. Big goal there for the Pigeons. That's their 10th.
Yarrawonga, boys, they've woken up. They're starting to run with the footy. They've gone forward 4 times this quarter already. They're in really good nick, and it's going to be a really tight finish, boys.
One of the best goals of the season, and the scoreboard for Border Carpets. It's a 12-point lead to Yarrawonga, 65-53. Bo Seymour, great grab, and g'day to his grandma Betty, who'd be listening home in Yarrawonga. Ryan Bruce runs onto the footy, another ball inside forward 50. Fist from behind was good by Jolliffe. Kick off the ground was good by Jolliffe. It's found Carpenter. Carpenter off half back, has one bounce. Forward about whistle. It's going to be downfield, I think.
That must be for language or something.
It's against Bailey Fraunfelder, who's been a bit lippy today.
No, you just feel the pressure's lifted, boys. I'm not sure what that was for, but the pressure's certainly lifted. The tempo's hot at the moment.
Chris Mitchell down there on the boundary for the Newmarket Hotel. Panda Escott, Robbie McKinlay and Dan Vaccaro for McRae Motors. Preliminary final day here in the SS&A. Oh! Elite body and paint mark of the day, if I've seen one there from McQueen. Tied up against the boundary, 50 metres out, far side. He leapt and he took a great mark.
Give him the crown, boys.
That was brilliant there from McQueen. He's going to have to kick from... Is he having a shot? He is. Right in front of that beautiful picket fence. McQueen will kick from... Well, no, he pulls it late to a lead there from Wilson. Off hands, picked up by Williamson, snapped forward in the hole. Takes a nice defensive mark there, Fothergill. Done well down there by the Yarrawonga Pigeons. So Fothergill, they lead by 12 points. We've played 8 minutes here in this last quarter for Bingley.
Morey went high, couldn't get it. Ball came to ground, kick off the ground by Cooten was good.
No one to kick to, boys.
He just goes long, so we've got a race on here. Keep an eye on Fraunfelder. He's starting about 50 back. Jolliffe gathers. You should have time to step around him. He does, with great composure. He finds Williamson with a nice little chipping kick, and he goes across. Looks like McQueen at half back. Gee, they're working hard here, the Rovers. Need the next goal. They trail by 12 points. We've gone 7.5 minutes final term.
Preliminary final action at its best here in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. And the Rovers with it all to do. This is Pup Clark. Wants to switch the footy, get a little bit nervous every now and then when Pup's got it. Kick found Nolan, and the switch is on. McQuaid's got it. Still on his D50. He's going to go down the line. Short, Garish, offhands, couldn't mark, but can he get it and go up against Coburn? Coburn done well. Found the boundary line right in front of his bench. Chris Mitchell from the Newmarket Hotel.
Just did not bounce for Jack Garish. He knew he had the legs on Coburn, but just Coburn was clever enough to put it over the line.
Yeah, maybe the longer kick, maybe, you know, but it's a game.
It wasn't a great kick, was it?
Game of ifs and buts at this stage. It's a fine line. Up it goes. Gaston missed a bit. It will go to Carpenter. He did well. That's one of the great Falcons of the season. McQueen over the ball. Here's a go for Morey. Left foot kick skews out. Here goes Sexton. Long range shot. Jack Sexton just misses to the right-hand side, minus score. 13-point margin. Handy point, Panda.
Very handy. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
Yarrawonga lead.
5 inside 50s apiece at this quarter. It's an arm wrestle now, boys. Jack Sexton, he only had 4 for the game lead into this quarter, and now he's had 3 this quarter on the 40 wing stats, so he's lifted his game.
Nolan has the kick-in duties. Hugs the broadcast side. It falls in the lap of Bryant. The wind just took that one, held it up, and Bryant has it on, well, D50 for the Rovers. 53 plays 66. The Pigeons lead. McCarthy presents for him. He marks. And 50 metres against Howe for the stand rule, Chriso.
Geez, he must have moved about 2 centimetres, I reckon, boys. Not far, but Warwick Henderson was right on it.
And the 50s are big here at Button Park. It's a small ground. McCarthy, edge of the square, kicks it in towards Murray. Offhands, ball on the deck, inside 50 for the Rovers. Here comes Carpenter, working so hard. He gets a quick kick away. Spills to Sexton, working hard for the Pigeons, and he just torpedo punts it out of there.
Straight back to Clark for Wangaratta Rovers, though. He chips short. Amory, can he keep it in? He does. Elijah Amory, 60 out, centres the ball. Masters. Not the ball. No, he's going to be told to go back. So Masters has just been marshalled there by Buckets.
And boys, no one to kick to again. They've got this press on, which they've had all day, which means they're also dangerous when they get out the back.
And the kick was long to centre wing. It was a missed chance there by Williams, Panda. I don't think it's going to matter. It's going to be locked down, true centre wing, club room side of the ground. It is a 13-point lead to Yarrawonga, and we've gone 10.5 minutes on the Albury GJ Gardner Holmes time clock, and we're doing it for Bingley.
A-grade netball winners to the Wangaratta Magpies, and Bryant goes forward here for the Rovers, kicks it into a dangerous position. Masters couldn't mark back there. Cross wants the boundary line, and he finds it eventually. So into attack still for the Wangaratta Rovers. They trail by 13 points. 10 gone on the Albury JJ Gardner Holmes time clock. Dan Vaccaro.
Lee Masters has been held really well. Third quarter, boys, he had 2 touches, and he's only had 1 for this quarter as well on the 40 wing stat sheet.
Howe grabbed it. Oh, he's gone. He's in big trouble. He took the punt, Lockie Howe. He took it from the boundary throw in, and the tackle was solid.
Amory, is it?
And it's either Amory, handballs off to Philo from downtown. Brody Philo kicks a point. Every point's handy in this situation. Gets it back to 12 points. And you've got to go back to the start of this game and Wangaratta Rovers' sluggish start, Panda, where they gave up the first 6 goals. It just might come back the bottom.
Brody Philo's numbers, Dan Vaccaro?
Brody Philo has had 13 touches today, boys.
It's a little bit quiet.
Nick Fothergill's just had his 20th.
And 3 goals as well. Hugs the boundary. Nolan out the back for the Rovers. Strong tackle applied on him from Koopman. And Nolan's kick falls over the boundary line. Still just forward to centre for the Wangaratta Rovers, who are doing all the attacking here in this last quarter. Lawrence with the goal for the Pigeons. Stone with the goal for the Rovers. And then Forge, the settler, for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. And the margin sits at 12 points. They lead in this last quarter. Ball into the middle of the ground. A genuine one-on-one here between Bruce and McCarthy. Bruce for the Pigeons marks. He wants to hand pass back to Lawrence. Wheels around on his left foot. Kicks it to half forward. Well done there. Fist comes from the Rovers, and it's a free kick here to Jolliffe. Not sure what that was for, Chriso, but the Rovers will take it.
No, they're very happy. Jolliffe has been pretty big today, especially across half-back there.
Here's Jack Garish. Marks at half-back. He loves to take him on. Kick. Oh, Williamson dropped what he possibly should have taken. Picked up by Wheeler. A low barrel towards Williams. And the youngster, McQuaid. And in the end, Williams just curtsies it over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in 40 metres around for the Yarrawonga goal. They lead by 12 points. Almost 13 minutes gone. final term action for Bingley.
Will Wheeler being well held, boys. Only 11 touches today and 1 touch this quarter.
Chriso, this wind has picked up.
Yeah, it's made really difficult conditions for footy players out there at the moment.
Well, we watch Williamson as well. Kai looks like he's limping a little bit on his left calf. Bryant's kick comes towards our commentary position. Ryan Bruce tackled over the boundary line. His kick, though, went out in the full. Great pressure there from Jake McLean, and he wins the free kick for his footy club, who have not won a preliminary final for 20 years. What it would mean for them to face their fierce rivals, the Magpies, next week. They're not going to do it with kicks like that.
One player you don't want to kick to is that man there, Lee Masters.
Lee Masters intercepts on centre wing for the Pigeons. 66 plays 54. They lead by 12. 13 gone in this last quarter for Bingley.
Masters pumps long, half forward from the Yarrawonga. Maury flew high. Wheeler, clever. Gabba, Koopman got it onto Frontfield, but he's on his wrong side, so he goes with a little low one towards Williams, who tapped it towards Koopman. Koopman couldn't keep it in. It'll be a boundary throw in, 35 metres around from the Yarrawonga behind post. They lead by 12 points, and we've gone 14 minutes in the final quarter here for Bingley on O&M Live. Here's Panda.
Hope you're enjoying the action on 2AY or 3&E or O&M Optus TV. Over 1,500 people watching the live stream. We hope you're enjoying the action. Morey caught one high against Jolliffe. And Logan Morey, Chriso, will line up for the newie on the boundary, 40 metres out on a slightish angle.
It's a great spot to have a shot at goal. He's going to have to watch this breeze and maybe aim for the left-hand post. I reckon it's going to drag it to the left. So it's going to be interesting. I reckon that one more goal and that Yarra's nearly home, boys.
So this will take the margin out to 18 points, and we've played 14 minutes in this final term on the Albury GJ Gardner-Hones time clock. Logan Morey comes in. He kicked a very important goal last week. Not on this occasion. He hooked it badly. 10-7-67. The Rovers 7-12-54 here in this last quarter. Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, boys, Yarrawonga 7 inside 50s this quarter. Rovers 8, so very, very tight at the moment. Brody Fowler been really well held today. He's only had the 13 touches, being held by Jack Forge.
Carpenter played on, had a couple of bounces, drove it long towards Williamson. The ball goes out of bounds, but they'll be okay with that, the Rovers. Carpenter there picking up probably 70 metres from the goal square in the end, Panda. They'll fling it back in. Gee, they've been brave here, the Rovers. They've fought back hard. They're up against, I would say, a 2 or 3 goal breeze here in this final term.
Yep.
And they trail it by 13 points.
Ball back into play. Tyson had his jumper held by Gaston, who goes back in and tries to win it for his team. Carpenter tried to get a quick hack kick away, and we got another ball up on that far side. Still inside the attacking half here of Yarrawonga. Chris Mitchell for the Newmarket Hotel. Looks like Lockie Howe's getting a bit of treatment on those big calves.
Yeah, he is, and Alex Marklew has just come off to the bench there, boys. So he is not moving that well, but kept him out there for a fair chunk of this game.
And a free kick spotted. It'll go the way of Yarrawonga. It's on that far side of the ground, Alamein Avenue side of the ground. Picking themselves up out of the wreck there. It's one of the Sexton boys, I think it is.
It's Jack.
It's Jack. And he pumps it high and long. Mead from behind. Oh, Williams. He got a nice little buffer there by Morey. And Lee Williams just read it superbly. One grab into those big jukes of his. He's only kicked the one goal today. He has 73 for the season. And you just think if goal number 74 was kicked here, Chris Mitchell, that might be about it.
Yeah, McQuaid hasn't done a lot wrong today at all, boys. I reckon he's worn him like a glove. But the big Duke's really hard to mark today, especially with that swirling breeze. But you'd probably back him in from here. Robbie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, he's an exponent of the drop punt, which I like.
He loves it.
Lee Williams, one for the old-timers here, Lee. And that's exactly what he does. Straight through the guts. Lee Williams with a beautiful drop punt. The margin's out to 19 points. The Pigeons are very, very close to jumping on the bus for the trip next Sunday to the Lavington Sports Club Oval for a clash with Wangaratta. 73-54, 17 minutes gone. Dan Vaccaro, give me something.
Just about over here, I reckon, Robbie. Yarrawonga fought back fantastic. 8 inside 50s this quarter, 34 for the game. Lee Masters had a couple of touches. Jack Sexton's turned around with 5 touches this quarter. They look like they're home, Robbie.
When he puts those Dukes up at the highest point, there's a reason he's kicked 74 goals for the year. He just clunks them, does big Lee Williams, and he's popped up with a massive goal for his footy club. But the Rovers aren't done with yet. There's a free kick in the middle of the ground to Wilson. He hand passes it to Todd Bryant. He goes out wide, and Carpenter's going to send him back inside attack. Launching there was Toby Murray. Off hands, well done by Will Sexton, calmly in defence. Very, very calmly in defence, finds Jordan Urquhart in his own defensive 50. Hugs the boundary line. Well done there by Murray up against Fronfelder. In fact, it was Clark, sorry. Clark did well, the defender. Kicks the Rovers back inside forward 50. There's a whistle and a free kick.
Toby Murray, boys, I think he might have got shepherded out of the contest. A little bit of a blockage there. He's going to take the free kick. They've started with two tools. Obviously, Gaston in the ruck, Toby Murray forward.
So he's going to have to kick this pretty quick because we've played 18 and a bit minutes. They trail by 19 points here, the Wangaratta Rovers.
Left hand behind post, Ibis.
He has to start it to the left of the point post.
I'll back him here.
So Toby Murray starts it right where we said, and he kicks a goal. A much-needed one for the Wangaratta Rovers, and there's still a bit of life beat in him.
With all those
by 13 points.
All those shots there, boys, he's been the only ones that's aimed for that point post, and the wind's dragged it back into the middle of the goal. So clever from the young fella there.
Really smart kick there by Toby Murray. They're still up and in it. They're still in it. They've had 10 inside 50s this quarter, boys. Jack Gerrish has been fantastic with 4 touches. Sam Murray hasn't got near it, but his brother Toby just did a really smart finish there, boys.
Yeah, and I like the move of Murray, that key focal point up forward now. He's playing on cross. Gaston's back into the ruck, up against Howe. Give the tap to Gaston on the second. In the front and middle of the ground, there was Noah Amory. Couldn't get hold of the ball. Amory went back in, applied a good tackle. And umpire Warwick Henderson will fling it back up in the air. If you've just switched on, it's a 13-point lead to Yarrawonga. And we've gone almost 20 minutes in the final term. Noah Amory kick towards half forward. Wilson shoveled a handball out towards Carpenter. Carpenter got a handball back to Bryant. Bryant tumbled one to forward, but Will Sexton marks at half back for Yarrawonga. They lead by 13.
He's been outstanding today, Will Sexton. He's rarely lost a one-on-one.
He's had a great final series, the young fella. For Yarrawonga, kicks down the line at half forward. McQueen hand passes it to Gaston. He hand passes it to Stone. And he's got the run of Jack Gerrish. Go, Jack. Kicked a wonderful goal in the second quarter. Back to Stone, back to Bryant. Flicking it around. Wang Rovers intercepted here by Will Sexton. He kicks to a one-on-one. McQuaid up against Williams. Williams wanted a free kick. Nolan did really well in defence. Morey wrapped him up. Williams is there as well for the Pigeons. He's first there. Taps it back to Wheeler, who's caught one high. He had his head over the footy, and Williamson, Chriso, gave away the high free kick.
It was nearly comical, wasn't he? Just sort of invited him to attack him, and clearly a high free kick there to Willie Wheeler. Obviously last week he had a staph infection, so great to see him back out there. I reckon he'll run this one out a little bit better than he did last week against the Pies.
So I reckon this will send the Yarrawonga Pigeons into the SS&A Ovens and Murray Grand Final if he can kick this goal. The margin sits at 13 points. He'll kick from 50 metres out, pretty much directly in front. It's not going to get there. Or is it? It is going to get there! Willie Wheeler with a Sunjan goal today. And the Yarrawonga Pigeons are on their way to the SS&A Ovens and Murray Grand Final. 79 plays 60. Dan Vaccaro for 40 wings.
Hasn't had his best day, Will Wheeler, but you know what? He's had 13 touches and he's kicked the sealer for Yarrawonga. So what an effort by him. They're still going strong here, Yarrawonga. 9 inside 50s this quarter. Jack Sexton's turned around with 5 touches, but his brother Will's been unbeatable all day on the 40 wing stat sheet.
He just sat it up, didn't he? It looked like it probably wasn't going to be short. And Panda, it's a really good indicator that's probably about a 3-goal breeze. So, gee, they've been brave this last quarter, the Rovers, but it's been Yarrawonga who have been able to just get the goals at the crucial stages. We've had 6 goals kicked this quarter, and it's a 19-point lead, 22 minutes gone. I reckon maybe there's 6 or 7 minutes left in it. It's a 19-point lead. Gaston, Howe, and Gaston, the big Frenchman, drops big Lockie Howe into the middle of the ground, and they'll do it all again. Chris Mitchell, boundary side. You just get the feeling now they've done enough.
Yeah, 19 points. I think they might be home, boys, but interesting to see what they do with the rotations here with the game probably won.
79 plays 60. Yarrawonga lead if you've just joined us here on 2AY's O&M Live and 3&E. O&M Optus TV, tuning in from anywhere around the country. The ball is hacked towards the wing. Michael Gibbons could pick that up on the banner if he wants for the Pigeons, but he doesn't. He's been marshalling orders all day, Chris Mitchell, down there, has Michael Gibbons, and he's doing it now.
Yes, he certainly has. He's nearly another coach on there, but no one's told him to get off the ground, so he's just stayed there all day.
Boundary throwing, centre wing, true. Bryant. Oh, he didn't have the footy.
Didn't have the footy. Clearly a free kick,
wow.
boys.
Yeah, I think Hayden Pearson was blocked by a big pack of players there. And you can't guess and you can't trust crowd reaction, Panda.
Exactly.
Because they only see it one way sometimes, mate. You know this yourself. Here's Gaston. Thanks for agreeing with me, Panda.
I do, Robbie, all
Thank
the
you
time.
very much.
All the time.
I could see Vax here. He patted me on the backside and said, well done, Robbie, you've nailed that. Righto, Panda, you can have a go now.
Thank you, Robbie, for McRae Motors. Ball thrown up as the wind tunnels in here through our marquee broadcast position. Wheeler, who kicked the big goal last for the Pigeons, sends them forward, but Nolan is there to repel for the Rovers. He kicks a dangerous one into the middle of Button Park. It might come off. McQueen's going to win a free kick. He is going to win a free kick. It's against Wiley.
Big game, hasn't he?
He has. He's played really well. So Jake McQueen.
20 touches for Jake McQueen.
Goes out wide. Michael Clark, the defender, has pushed forward, and he's 65 from home, Robbie. He's going to send him into attack.
He does it. It's high, it floats, sitting under it. Mark Clute back on the ground. Couldn't get another bite at the cherry. Bryant. Kick intercepted by Seymour, who passes beautifully to Morey. Handball over the top now to Sexton. Shovels a handball to Frontfelder. He's got Koopman over the top. Koopman will play on. Runs to 50. Jess Koopman touches the ball down. Touches it down the second time. Screws it over his shoulder. Yarrawonga are into the grand final. Jess Koopman, rubber stamps. A trip to Lavington. It's a 25-point margin. 24 and a half minutes gone, final term. That was all class from the Pigeons. And again, it started at half-back from Seymour. Chris Mitchell, boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, just the icing on the cake, isn't it, for the Pigeons there? Koopman doesn't need much of an opportunity. Lee Williams, he could have passed to, but Lee pretty much said, you go, boy, this is your goal, your moment, and the Pigeons are home, 25 points.
10 inside 50s, boys, 36 for the game, and what an open wing that's been for the last half. Fantastic win by Yarrawonga.
2 goals for Jess Koopman, who's had an it and a bit final series. He took a wonderful mark in that qualifying final. He is an impact player and he's kicked 2 massive goals here today. The Pigeons go forward once again. 85 plays 60. There's that man I'm talking about. Koopman hand passes it to Morey. Morey hand passes it back to Fothergill to the left foot of Coburn. Take your pick. He spots up Lawrence. And Lawrence is going to go back here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, and he'll go back for goal number 3, Chris O.
Yeah, you back him in from here, but great work there by Morey. It's interesting, obviously, they're going to go through to next week. Where do you play Morey? Do you play him forward or back, boys?
Well, he's played forward the last couple of weeks, so I'd be playing him down there. He's providing a role for Mark Wiley and the Yarrawonga Pigeons. So Timmy Lawrence, 25 metres out directly in front, soaking up as much of the time as he can. We'll go back and we'll make the margin 31 points if he nails this and kick his 3rd goal here on O&M Live. From directly in front, Timmy Lawrence goes in and he's kicked it. And the Pigeons will face the Magpies in the big dance next week in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. 91 plays 60. Dan Vaccaro for 40 wings.
Gallant effort by Rovers. They've put up a fight, but Yarrawonga are just far too good, boys. 11 inside 50s this quarter, and it's been on the back of a performance from Nick Fothergill that's been one of the memorable ones. He has had 22 touches and he's kicked 3 goals, and Will Wheeler, massive last quarter with 5 touches as well. The Yarrawonga Pigeons are home, boys, on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Has Nick Fothergill won more BO Best on Grounds, Anytime Fitness Award, Player of the Day awards than any other player we've done this year? Guys, he just
Well, he's
seems to
getting
be
it
there.
today, I'd hope.
He
Chris
seems
Mitchell.
to be there all the time, and it's going to be a challenge for you, Chris Mitchell, to see if you can come up with a little bit of variety, maybe.
I've got a rabbit in the hat, boys.
Oh, he likes to be a little bit different.
I reckon it's Will Sexton.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to seeing is Dan Vaccaro getting down this scaffold ladder and handing him the Anytime Fitness.
I'm very
cardboard.
nimble, very, very nimble, boys.
McQueen pumped the ball into half forward. There's that man Fothergill again. Another possession. Got the Lawrence. Big tackle. Big tackle from McQueen. It'll be a ball up.
I might just throw it down to Chris Mitchell.
You could do that.
Yeah,
You could indeed.
That's a very good idea. Get your hands ready, Mitchie.
End up in the Murray with the wind that's going as the way it is, facts.
I might just scroll down the scaffold.
28 minutes gone here in this last quarter for Bingley. On the Border Carpet scoreboard, it's a 31-point lead here to Yarrawonga. They were challenged in that third quarter. They were challenged in this last quarter, but have been, well, a wonderful outfit all year, and that's what good teams do. They challenge back, and they've ran away with it here in this last quarter. And they're on their way to the big dance next week against the Wangaratta Magpies with a 6-goal last quarter. Ball out there on that far side of Button Park. The Rovers through Carpenter go back inside forward 50, but Lockie Howe, who was down here getting his cars rubbed earlier, takes a nice defensive mark. The Pigeons are home, Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors.
They are. Masters goes long. Lawrence will jostle this one. Over the top, McCarthy was good, and Mickey Gibbons picks up the Sheridan.
First touch for the day on the 40 wing stat sheet. For Gibbo.
Wouldn't they love to see that? Sheridan in the hand of Mickey Gibbons in 7 days' time. And boys, we're getting close to a bit of an end of a time here. Darren Creswell's time at the Wangaratta Rovers. Sammy Murray taking over next year. And will it be Sammy Carpenter's last game in the brown and gold as well, too? He's been great today. So is this man, McQueen. Here's that man, Carpenter. Spoke about him. Just one of the greats of Ovens and Murray footy, Sammy Carpenter. Here we go. And there it is. Siren time at Bunton Park. And it's a day for the Pigeons. 14-7-91. Defeat Wangaratta Rovers 8-12-60. They came home with a 6-goal final term, and they were just too strong for too longer. They started well, Yarrawonga. A big first 6 goals of the game. Rovers fought back hard, but it was just a bridge too far with that breeze stiffening in the last quarter, Panda, and they could run out 31-point winners.
They do indeed, and they book a date with the Wangaratta Magpies next week. What an almighty clash that is going to be in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. And it's fair to say, Robbie, the two best teams all year are going to play off in the big dance next week. I can't wait already.
Yeah, and the only side that has beaten them this year is Yarrawonga, and that's who we're going to see next weekend up at Lavington. Anyone get up there and have a look. The weather's turning next week by the look of it.
Yep.
We're looking like we could have a temperature around that low 20s, and it's not one to be missed because you very rarely get a chance to watch two good sides like that. And we'll see them in action.
So if you're just joining us here on O&M Live, Yarrawonga with a 31-point win here in this preliminary final to book a date with the Wangaratta Magpies. Timmy Lawrence gold early on in the last quarter to put the Pigeons up by 12. Ryan Stone then gold brought the margin back to 6. Forge gold, Williams gold again, then Toby Murray brought the margin back to 13 for the Rovers, but they finished with a flurry. 3 late goals for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, and Chris Mitchell is down there on the boundary, I believe, with our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Yeah, thanks, Panda. With me is Will Sexton. I've got royalty from the Pigeons coming past me. Big Wally Bree, he's up and about as well. But how does it feel to make the big dance, Will? You're outstanding today.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. All our hard work's finally paid off, and hopefully we can go out next week and have a good crack.
It was only 6 points of difference at three-quarter time, mate. What was the feeling in the camp? It was a pretty relaxed mood with Mark Wiley. You guys obviously run over the top of him in the end.
Yeah, it was a bit relaxed, but we also were still a bit worried about back in the season when they come back and got us, so we'll on our nerves about that and tried our hardest to make sure they didn't do that this week.
You're only 5 points of difference last time you played Wangaratta, mate. Only team to beat them this year. That must give you heaps of confidence going into the grand final next week.
Yeah, plenty of confidence. It was good last week to get close to them and show that we can beat them if we play our best footy, but yeah, we have to do everything right on the day, and they're a great side, so it'll be hard.
Before I let you go, mate, who are you happy with? Jack Forge did a great job. Brody Philo nullified his influence, but it was a real team effort.
Yeah, no, it was great. Lockhart was great in the ruck. Yeah, everyone played their part. Jack Forge did a great job once again. And yeah, all good for next week, hopefully.
Go and celebrate, mate.
Thank you.
Our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day, young Will Sexton, who I think was pretty surprised. And I tell you what, Nick Fothergill, I know he's had a lot. I know he's had a lot of them, Robbie, but no, maybe he might have a little chat to our man Chris Mitchell. Ended up with 25 disposals and 3 goals, our man Nick Fothergill, but that's okay. He's won a lot throughout the year, and the Pigeons have won a big one today. 91-60, 31-point winners over a very brave Wangaratta Rovers. Robbie, you talked about it towards the end there. Of course, Darren Creswell came in. This club were a bit of a basket case, weren't they, in sort of 2015, didn't win a game, took over, and now they're playing off in a preliminary final.
Yeah, absolutely. We know they had some injury concerns. Like Alex Marklew didn't get a goal today. He's played most of the final series with this quad thigh injury. We saw Dylan Stone go off in the first quarter with a very bad ankle injury. And then we had Sammy Murray, who was... They lost their key man off half-back. Sam Murray's played there all season. He was on and off the ground for a little bit during that, just before half-time. Eventually, he went forward, he stayed forward. They just lost so much impact there. And for them to hang on, at one stage, they were only 2 goals down in that last quarter. For mine, that was a really good effort. They gave it everything. In the end, the last 15 minutes, the floodgates opened a little bit, and Yarrawonga just a bit fitter with that, and a strong breeze kicking down to that Albury end, at the southern end. Were able to run away and win by 31 points. But they were good. The thing about Yarrawonga is that they're always going to give a contest. They just got this ability to crack in, and I think that's what probably gives them a little bit of advantage against a side like Wangaratta. And yeah, as you said, Panda, the 2 best sides will play off for the 2022 Premiership Cup.
We haven't seen a premiership, we haven't seen a grand final, a final series for 3 years. We're all so hungry. We saw 3 great grand finals yesterday in our outer leagues, in the Hume League and TDFL and O&K, and we're finally going to see one in the O&M, and it's going to be Yarrawonga up against the Wangaratta Magpies. Here it is, Pigeons fans. Soak it up.
We're getting stronger. We're a mighty team at Yarrawonga. The team of the white and the blue. It's a premiership for Yarrawonga. That's where we're heading. We're getting stronger. You can have all your other teams rolled up in one. The high-flying Pigeons are second to none. Oh, we're a mighty team at Yarrawonga. The team of the white and the blue.
Yarrawonga victors in the SS&A Ovens the Murray preliminary final by 31 points over the Wangaratta Rovers. Very, very happy indeed. Stay with us here on O&M Live. Our post-game show for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro is on the other side of this. Well done to the Pigeons. They're up against the Maggies. And on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SS&A.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Did someone say KFC? I don't care.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wangaratta Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room, at the SS&A.
Go to create your future. Go for free support services. Go to get in-demand skills. Go and follow your own path. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with Go TAFE. From entertainment to news and subscriptions in between, manage select subscriptions in one place with Optus SubHub. Streamline your paid subscriptions and save up to 10%. It starts with yes.
At 2AY, we're your home of news, talk, sport and music.
We're community focused, passionate about our region and what makes it great.
We bring you the very latest news that matters, from breaking stories in your backyard to headlines and hot topics from around the country and around the world.
And on weekends, we live and breathe local sport and bring you exclusive live coverage.
1494 2AY. We're your local.